blocking defeat ain't an option. Let them know, shoot a video, put it on BVO. Let them know, every time I punch, it's a heavy blow. BVO, bound to hit like bricks cause it was set in stone. Let them know, I ain't getting body, but I'ma hit this flow. Yeah, way more than a show, this is BVO. This how it's finna go. I'ma throw some jabs, make them think my punch is weaker than I hook his ass. This the ring, not the kitchen, but I'ma cook his ass. Me and him, that's the pro versus the rookie class. All my life I had to fight, but I still love it. Me and BVO got moves that you can't steal from us. And these haters be throwing shots, but I don't feel nothing. I ain't gonna lie, shit, they alright, but we a little rough. We're stepping for the title and facial rival, this ain't no little tussle. Bet I be no bird, being chicken and get your feathers ruffled. Footwork, I'm dancing around my opponent like the Cupid shuffle. Good work, bodies hit the flow, that can't move a muscle. The upside is we ain't in the streets, shooting and shooting up. Catch me in the ring, sticking, moving and suited up. I know everybody can eat, but I ain't full enough. Oh, you said it's smoking some beef, I guess I'm pulling up. Oh, we boxing, yeah, we boxing. I need that belt like it ain't no other option. So we punching and weaving and blocking, defeat ain't an option. Let them know, shoot a video, put it on BVO. Let them know, every time I punch, it's a heavy blow. BVO, bound to hit like bricks cause it was set in stone. Let them know, I ain't getting body, but I'ma hit this flow. Yeah, way more than a show. We really boxing. Who wanted the battle? Let's see. Oh, we boxing? Yeah, we boxing. I need that belt like it ain't no other option. So we punching and weaving and blocking, defeat ain't an option. Let them know, shoot a video, put it on BVO. Let them know, every time I punch, it's a heavy blow. BVO, bound to hit like bricks cause it was set in stone. Let them know, I ain't getting body, but I'ma hit this flow. Yeah, way more than a show, this is BVO. This how it's finna go. I'ma throw some jabs, make them think my punch is weaker than I hook his ass. This the ring, not the kitchen, but I'ma cook his ass. Me and him, that's the pro versus the rookie class. All my life I had to fight, but I still love it. Me and BVO got moves that you can't steal from us. And these haters be throwing shots, but I don't feel nothing. I ain't gonna lie, shit, they alright, but we a little rough. We're stepping for the title and facial rival, this ain't no little tussle. Bet I be no bird, being chicken.
Yo, what's up? It's your boy BVO Boxing, the prize fighter, back with another video. What's going on? Sorry, running a little bit behind. It's all prize fighters' fault. So you guys know how I go. Salute to my man Craig Hutchinson. Yep, I think Inoue at this time is the best, at least arguably one of the three. No, not one of the three. He's the best in the world. What are you laughing about, guy? This guy here, man. Inoue is probably the most talented fighter we've seen in the last 20 years. I mean, people see because he's small, they say, you know, he can't do this, he can't do that. But Inoue is a very, very talented special fighter. I mean, you don't really see guys like him. I honestly believe there's not a guy that can beat him. If you put Terrence Crawford, if you put Errol Spence, you put anybody that's, if they were his size, Sugar Shakur, Devin the American Dream Haney, they're getting beat to death if they fought Inoue. And that's a fact. That's a fact. So how you feeling, Prize? I know you agree with that 100%.
Right, athletic mind. Now let's get him in there. He said, "Here comes the cat." I ain't even said nothing.
The cap about what? But you know, hey man, that's some hated talk. We all know about how great Inoue is. So man, what you thinking about this this press conference we just seen with Errol Spence and Bud? What you think about that, man?
Well, I'm not gonna let you slide with that Inoue stuff. I like how you try to get that in there and then move on, but we're not finna do that. He's not talented. He's not more talented than Terrence Crawford. Like, come on, man, you can't be serious. So you saying he's more talented than Terrence Crawford, Earl, Charlo, Canelo, Tank?
By far.
All right. All right.
If you put a guy with Inoue's skill, I mean, have anybody familiar with Ant-Man? I don't know if you guys ever heard of Ant-Man, but it's the same type of thing. Ant-Man's unbeatable. He's just small. And I honestly think if he was a fight any of them type dudes, man, he literally would beat the life out of them, man. I mean, it's It's just a fact. We seen him in there with Donaire. I mean,
so if he beats, let's say he go and smoke Cool Boy. I'm sorry. What happens when Cool?
You said it correct. When he smokes Cool Boy, then what?
If Cool Boy beat Inoue, is Cool Boy the best in the world? That make him top 3 best in the world?
Absolutely.
Come on.
I don't think you understand how powerful Inoue is as a fighter, man. Salute to my man, Monster Promotions. Inoue, brother, just like I told you about Tio. Remember how we talk? And see, that's the cool thing about my partner in crime, Prize, man. He talks a good game, but just like I told him, Teofimo Lopez, the former, now we can say 2-time undisputed world champion, just like
you're the only person that says that.
I think we just heard Derek James just say that same thing.
Hey, James.
Salute to my man, Monster Promotions. You're right. If Fulton would have beat the great Inoue, he would have to be top 3. Easy. Top 3, easy.
I ain't mad at that, though.
Salute to my man, Q Money. He's a goofball. But like I said about Tio, man, this is the thing. People like do a lot of capping around here, but I don't. I told everybody how good Teofimo was. You see Teofimo went in there and dominated Josh Taylor. Dominated. So I heard Regis Prograde today in this interview. He sound real cute. F T.O., F Josh Taylor, F these people, F that piece of. But Josh Taylor beats you to death. At the end of the day, come into the fight, Josh Taylor really gave it to him. Pause. So I don't understand how Regis can come out his mouth and say F Teofimo, because if Teofimo got in there, he probably stopped Regis Prograde. So we got to really cut the cap here, man. We got to put respect on champions, man. It's just that simple.
Well, you going all around on the round. First you started on the Inoue, then you wanted to know about Terrence Crawford Earl press conference. Now we over here talking about somebody else.
But no, let's go back to what we was talking about. We was talking about Inoue. I think this is a very, very skilled fight. Salute to my man Q Money said at this point that Stephen Fulton is everything people dream Devin Haney to be. Very talented, very smart, cerebral, lives a fighter lifestyle. Does a beautiful job boxing, and beat a very, very tough Figueroa who beat the devil out of Maxime Marcel? He beat the devil out of that, brother. So the fact that he was able to beat a guy like that, I mean, we gotta give people their props, man, when they're great. So Cool Boy, I mean, I give Cool Boy a lot of credit because he got nuts, man. He went in there and said, you know what, I'm not gonna move up, even though I probably should. I'm gonna go ahead and let Inoue step right to me. So that's the type of stuff I'm talking about, where you got to give people credit for making these type of moves, man, when they do that kind of stuff. But what you think about that, Prize? I want to get your opinion on this whole fight.
I'll put my pick in early. I got Cool Boy winning the fight. I've been said that before the fight was signed. Cool Boy. Well, so you said he's everything that we want Devin to be. You said Cool Boy is a fighter lifestyle. Doesn't Devin live a fighter lifestyle?
I'm not talking about the fighter lifestyle. What I mean more or less as the talent. See, people seeing Devin Haney and they wish for him to be something that he's not. Because this last fight with Lomachenko showed you he's not as great as you thought he was. And also he showed a lot of flaws, because look about the same thing. When Tio fought him, Tio beat him to death. Tio went in there and made Josh Taylor look easy. He made Josh Taylor look easy. At the end of the day, Regis struggled like heck to get a loss. So I mean, we just gotta be honest here. I mean, there's people believe that Regis won that fight, right? Yeah, but that's if you smoked out. That's the only way you can believe.
That's not true. There's some pretty solid dudes on the internet who thought that
I mean, I get what you're saying, but just back to like what I said about Tio, how people move the goalposts. So when Errol Spence tell everybody, hey, man, these belts don't do nothing for nobody. And then you got a guy who's 2-time lineal champion, but you don't want to call Tio 2 times undisputed. I don't really get that. I mean, I don't really
get number that, one. He's number one at 140. His name is not on the list. I can pull the list up if you need me to.
Again, that list is trash, and I'm gonna tell you why that list is trash. because they move.
Do you see the names on that list?
They move the goalposts. They move the goalposts. At the end of the day, they
that's
said
the sanctioning bodies that did that.
So that's what I'm saying. So when they play games, all of a sudden we got to follow their rules, or you gonna follow the Bible of boxing, Ring Magazine? Which one you gonna listen to? The Bible of boxing?
Why did the WBC tell Lomachenko no? Why? Why they tell him no? Why they tell him he couldn't fight undisputed with Tio?
Because they wanted
he had to take care
they wanted him to, because he won a belt, and WBC rules say whenever you won a belt, you got to defend immediately. It's always been the case, because you remember when Sean Porter fought.
Okay, so why is it different then? So why is it changed? Because it's Lomachenko.
It hasn't changed. It hasn't changed.
Okay,
but what I'm saying is,
so he didn't fight his mandatory. So that means he got stripped of his title because he did not compete against the mandatory. Supposed to go knock your mandatory off, then jump in an undisputed fight. He didn't do that.
But this is the thing. So let me go ahead and tell you where people get it wrong at. People keep taking from people's accomplishments. Say what you want. They got Devin Haney as a franchise champion right now of the WBC at lightweight. Right now.
He did, and that's why he can jump right up the Regis program and go right into that fight next. That's why he can do that.
And see, that's what I'm saying. People move the goalposts. So we seen Devin against Lomachenko had a tough fight. He won 7-5, however you score. I think it was a very, very close fight because how I thought Devin Haney was about to get stopped the 11th round. To me, the 3rd round, the 7th round, and the 10th and 11th, I mean, he absolutely gave Devin Haney hell. So I can see why people say what they want, but at the end of the day, man, we got to just call it what it is, man. Devin Haney is not who we thought he was, and Tio is everything people said he wasn't. So people talked about Tio because Tio's dad like to get drunk and say stupid stuff and talks loud. Everybody want to take away from what happened, but Tio's dad just put on a masterful training performance because, I mean, he made Josh Taylor, the boogeyman, look like nothing. Don't get me wrong, he been out of the ring for over a year, I think about 18 months. But at the end of the day, he made Josh Taylor look like nothing. And we can't make light of that, Prize. We can't make light of that, bro, because that was almost like a
shocker. I don't know if you. A lot of people were wrong about that fight. There's a lot of people that picked Josh Taylor, and Teofimo came out there and made a lot of people eat crow, including myself.
Right. I mean, and it's the thing. What more does Tio have to do to show he's the best under 140?
Lightweight. Okay, nothing.
He's the best under 140. Who's better than him at under 140? There's not a guy other than Inoue who's far away. No. Only person that can compare to him is Inoue as far as talent. So we got to stop.
Let's not do that, though, because Teofimo Lopez is fighting at 140. So let's just keep it at 140. Forget about who fight at 135 and 130. Nobody cares because we talking about the number one lightweight, junior, super welterweight in the world. I'm sorry, super lightweight in the world.
Salute to my man. Q Money said Josh not the boogeyman, but he the guy. He was the guy. Tio the guy though. This is the thing. And salute to my man Q. But you guys know to be a 2-time lineal champion, that's a lot. That's a lot. That's not easy to do. Everybody's not doing it. Everybody can say what they want, but that means you the best dude in the world at that weight division. And for him to go in there and dominate Josh Taylor, that's the thing. Did we see a dominating performance from Devin Haney? No, we got to call what we see, man. And that's the thing that we keep doing.
Why do you keep referring to Teofimo? Every time you bring up Teofimo, you bring up Devin Haney. Why you just don't want to talk about Teofimo and what he did? Why does it keep going back to Dev? Why? Because
everybody's high on this guy, and this guy is not who people say he is, man. The guy is an absolute, mirage, man. And when he get up to 140 and get beat to death, we're going to see what happens. But to the subject at hand, man, I'm kind of interested to see what kind of game plan Cool Boy Steph comes in with, because we all know Inoue has power. And at the end of the day, I don't think power will be enough to beat Cool Boy. I think we're going to get a chance to see the best version of Inoue, because he's going to have to use some different dimensions to go in there and stop him. It's not going to just be easy, but we seen when Butler was running from him, what happened? He still was able to walk him down, cut the ring off, and get him out of there. So tell me how in the world you think Cool Boy Steph is going to be anyway. Tell me. I want to know.
Because Cool Boy is way better than Paul Butler. I don't know why you even was like, well,
Paul Butler was a champion. Paul Butler was a champion. You talking like you was poo-pooing on him like he wasn't a champion, bro. He was a champion.
I call him a belt holder.
Okay.
He not if Cool Boy stay on his back foot, if Cool Boy stay on his back foot and box that man, Inoue ain't never seen nothing like that before, bro. Now he is very, very good. Inoue, with somebody skills like Cool Boy Steph, he never been in nobody's skill like that.
But Cool Boy Steph, we seen Cool Boy Steph go to war with Figueroa. What makes you think he don't want to go to war?
You think Inoue could have stood in there like that with Figueroa?
I think so.
Yeah, all right.
Figueroa is big. I mean, Figueroa's a big guy, and the fact that I don't know, man. What was Nonito? Hey, that's a good point. Nonito was the same type of thing. That's what Inoue can do in any kind of way, bro. That's how I know you haven't watched this kid. This guy can do.
I did watch him.
He can bang with you. Go ahead.
I watched him so I can, because I'm not gonna not watch him and then get up here on this panel and talk talk about him. If I ain't watch something, I'll be like, I ain't see it. You know, I don't know. I won't comment on it. But I watched him enough. I watched his fights. You know, he cool. He nice. Y'all making it seem like he trash. Like he got a good win over Donaire, even though Donaire hurt him with that fight. But it was a good fight, though.
It's a fight.
It was a good fight, but
you're gonna get hurt in the fight. It's a fight.
You can get hurt in the fight, but there's been plenty of fights where I've seen somebody didn't get hurt before. Tons of fights. So, but I say he hurt Inoue bad.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, I mean, the kid is he. From what I like about him is he went right into Cool Boy fight. He don't want to do no tune-ups. He don't want to do nothing. After that, right. I'm rooting for him from now on because of that. So you know, but I just don't think he can beat Cool Boy. But if he does, hell, man, so he gonna make some good fights.
So let me ask you this, and this is going to another subject that we got on our thing. What do you think about Regis Prograde saying FTO, F the other belt holders at 140, F Rolly? What you think about that?
I mean, Regis he got up there and said what he said, but you know, love him or hate him. But Regis is a dog, and I do believe
he's a dog, and he's fighting a freaking walking punching bag. He's a dog.
He's having a hometown fight.
Oh my God!
There hasn't been a fight in New Orleans I can't even remember. But,
when is T.O. took a tune-up? When? When has he took a team? When has Teofimo Lopez ever took a tune-up? When did he ever pick
well, he tried to take a tune-up in Cherry Pick going wrong against Cambozo. So to me, that was I mean, Devin came out 24 rounds straight, but I mean, other than that, I mean, I can't.
Are we gonna talk about how the man almost died, or are we gonna play games like the man didn't almost die? Man. I'm asking you, man. We're not gonna talk about like the man almost died, man. But I mean,
come on now.
I mean, you can say Kempo, okay, but Kempo's better than this bum that Regis is fighting. I mean, and for him to get on there and say F these guys, but not have the nuts to say T.O.'s next. That's the thing, and that's the thing I'm saying. I am hearing that T.O. is probably going to vacate the WBO belt for whatever reason, because he want to get money. And you know what it is? Teofimo Lopez is upset not about the black fighters. He upset about how black fighters are getting paid. All of a sudden, when Devin Haney come around, there's $4 million for Devin Haney.
Devin Haney been getting paid since the zone.
No, I'm not disagreeing with you. But what I'm saying is, I feel like T.O.'s retirement has more to do with him wanting money. Like there ain't a person on a planet that's gonna give Teofimo a 9-figure deal. Get out of here, bro. I don't think there's a boxer in boxing that can get that right now. Maybe Tank, maybe. But I mean, I'm starting to be honest here, man. Tank's resume is he's 28 years old, man. His resume is not looking that good, bro. The best one on his record is Leo Santa Cruz at 28. Come on, man. At some point, we got to call it what it is, man. Some of these guys are so delusional, man. It's crazy. They're just crazy delusional, man. And salute to my man. He said almost died. That's what happened. Tio almost died. You heard about the esophagus and all that crazy stuff. But you know, I'm gonna ask you this. Let's get to the meat of the conversation today. Let's talk about these press conferences. What did you think about those, Prize? That's what I really want to talk about. These press conferences I got.
I like the way Earl called out the sanctioning bodies. He's like, "Where's the money going to?" He was snapping. So that was really cool to see. I like that was my highlight of it. And he's right, man. These sanctioning bodies is greasy, man. They just be making up rules on the fly, taking the money. Like Earl said, where is it going? They got all these belts. Why they don't use the money to clean up their act? So clearly they're just in it for the money. And it's sad to see, man, but these belts ain't looking good. The sanctioning bodies ain't looking good, man.
Mm-hmm.
They not, man. They taking a lot out of these fighters' pockets, man, and it needs to be changed. Something needs to happen. You got to tell me you got to give up, like, in order to make this fight, you got to give up $1 million or something like that. Man, that's crazy.
I mean, I think what Earl said was powerful. Salute to my man. My man Eli said, "Prize, father, steak, cooking BVO." His dude a goofball. He said, "Don't duck my comment, BVO." He said,
hold on, wait, I don't want to duck it. I don't want to duck it. Where's it? Which comment? Oh, he said, I think he wanted to say BVO. You don't know ish about boxing.
That's cap. That's cap. But what you saying is true. Salute to my man Q Money saying the sanctioned bodies, Andre Ward, B-Hop, Roy Jones.
That's a fact.
It's I'll tell you this. I'm about to open the link after we get done with this, finish up this subject. I'll tell you this. When you see what's going on in boxing, man, it's an absolute travesty, bro. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because you got people who say the belts matter, they do this and they do that, but the belts have done nothing but move the goalposts. Let's be honest. A guy we keep bringing up, Teofimo Lopez, has been screwed over by the belts time and time again. 1 minute he's undisputed, 1 minute he's not because he got a franchise belt. 1 minute he beats the guy who's never lost in the ring, who was undisputed. Now all of a sudden he's not 2 times undisputed. So it's like these belts give you these mirages of what you can be and what you can do. At the end of the day, man, I hate to be honest, man, you got to be like Floyd, man. You just got to say F the belts because the belts haven't done nothing for nobody but take money and drain these fighters dry. And that's what you're seeing. And coming up with this big fight, and I want to.
But you know what? Hold on, though, BVO. It's the belt. See, the reason why I'm not completely anti-belt because them belts for like a young boy like Ja, like I got, like if Ja is a young man and he gets a WB like that, that's gonna change his life, though. You know what I'm saying? He's world champion now, and you're gonna get the payday gonna come. You're gonna get a raise. You have to.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to completely get rid of them, but something needs to be done. Boxing needs some kind of umbrella or something, man, because it's out of control. It's a bunch of savages and wolves running around here just taking money out of the fighters' pockets, man. And these young boys go into, they sensitive nowadays. They go into this depression and they can't handle all the pressure, and and then they go in there and get beat. So
yeah,
I don't want to completely get rid of the belts, but man, they need to stick with their rule. They need to scratch all the rules, start over again, create some fair rules for everybody, stick with them, and the sport will be a whole lot. Get rid of some of them belts. Let's start with that. Let's just
that's
start
a
with
fact. It should be two belts like it used to be. It should be two belts. It should be two belts. It should be, in my opinion, I would keep the IBF. And I would keep the WBC. That's Muhammad Ali's belt. Those are 2 belts I would keep. And I honestly would say those belts would be good. Hold on 1 second. My man said he just saying a bunch of crap talking about if Inoue was Crawford's weight, he'll destroy him. I don't know what he's talking about. That's absolutely true. That's true.
He's going back to what you said earlier.
Oh, about pound for pound? Yeah, pound for pound. Absolutely.
Man, Terrence Crawford, did you see he knocked the stuffing out of his gloves on top of somebody's head?
Listen,
Terrence Crawford would kill that boy.
I'm gonna tell you something funny. I'm gonna tell you something, man. I'm gonna tell you something. And I'm gonna say this first on BVO Boxing, BVO Nation salute. I gotta be honest here. This is the first time, and I'm an Errol Spence fan, been following Errol Spence since the amateurs. I follow him and a guy, guys, people don't remember, a guy named Demetrius Andrade. I followed them really closely because Sean Porter was from my area, and we all used to keep up with Sean Porter because Showtime was in there back then. This is like when I was a little kid following these guys in the amateurs. So to be honest, this is the first time I ever seen a guy that I think might really beat the life out of Errol. And I hate to say that because the press conference, I mean, it's going to be a lot for Errol because I don't even know if people understand, like, this is going to be Errol's big opportunity to prove to the world that everything he did was for something. Because when you get in there with Terrence Crawford, I get he hasn't fought the best guys. But at the end of the day, your eyes don't lie to you. I done watched about 10 of Terrence Crawford's fights, and I got to be honest. He gets hit. He can definitely get hurt. I cannot remember the dark-skinned dude's name.
His recovery, though, when the way he can recover is crazy.
I can't think of that one guy's name, and dark-skinned dude that was punching on Terrence real good. I cannot think of his name. Starts with a B, last name with a B, but I can't think of his name. But anyway, the thing about Terrence is when he gets hit, he gets angry. And when he gets angry, I can say, I haven't seen a mean streak like that since Marvelous Hagler, man, have like that mean streak where they want to get in there and punish you. It's almost like they got the idea of, what are you doing putting your hands on me? Even though it's a boxing match, they got to give you that feeling like, what do you think you're doing putting your hands on me? So, I mean, I just hope that, I'll just say this. I hope that Errol is focused. I hope that Errol comes in there. I think he'll be in shape, but let's be honest. Errol looked really big and looked like he wasn't in peak shape again. I mean, I'm not talking for me personally. I'm talking about watching as a boxing fan. I mean, it looked like Bud was pretty close to weight, and anybody who watched Errol looked like he could tell he wasn't. He's not way off, but he's not at weight like Terrence was, and it's just like those are the type of things that kind of worry me about this fight. And at the end of the day, like Bud said, which was pretty powerful, he wants to make this the Terrence Crawford era because Andre Ward had his time right after Floyd, and Floyd had his time right after Roy. So it's going to be an opportunity for Errol to really get in there and show us what he can do and show us if he's everything that we thought he was. And I just got to be honest, guys. Salute to my man Chicken Talk. I'm just kind of nervous about is Terrence going to get in there and beat the life out of him? And I don't know. What you think about that, Prize? I'm going to drop the link and let some cats come up here and talk with me and my man Prize because I don't know. I'll be honest with you, man. Like, I could say this is the first time I've seen a fighter. It's been a while, man. I've seen a fighter that kind of like scared me. And when I say scared me, not like fear, more or less like I almost can't believe how confident he is. Yeah, I know what you mean. You said never was an Andre Ward era. Well, Andre Ward, think about this. Andre Ward was always Andre Ward just came behind Floyd, man. And the fact is him retiring early really hurt him. It's a couple things. His injuries really hurt him. His promotional issues hurt him. It's just so much that hurt him. He said there won't be a Crawford era. This is the Tank era. And I agree with that. I'll say this, my guy. I can say Terrence Crawford is the first fighter I've seen in a long time that, man, at the press conference, say what you want. I hear a lot of people, and I put polls up. Me and Price put up polls all the time. People saying Errol is this and that, but dude, if you know boxing, that boy Bud scares me, man. Like, that boy Errol got to be on his top game. This whole spitting your mouthpiece out when you get hurt, that's not going to work. The whole having sloppy footwork like he's had these last couple fights, that's not going to work. He has to come in there in peak condition and really be on his game because I'm telling you, I didn't think so before, but because I've been seeing Errol and I watched some of his fights, he's kind of decreased. I don't want to say he's gotten worse, but he's kind of decreased and maybe plateaued. And his work rate is great, but you got to have some work. It's going to be hard to have that kind of work rate with somebody punching the devil out of you. It's just that simple. I don't know how you feel about that, Prize, but I'm going to let you pick up on that.
I think I'm not worried at all for Errol Spence. He's going to come in the best Errol Spence. I can feel it. And I'm not worried about Terrence Crawford either. If one of them go in there and get knocked out, it's gonna be a good fight. That's all I want to see is a good fight, and may the best man win. Now, you talking about Terrence scares you and all that? I don't know what you mean by that, dog. But I ain't worried about it.
I mean, when I say
fanboy,
scares me,
if I'm a fanboy, Spence fanboy, I'm not worried about it. Or even if you riding with Earl in the fight, like there's a lot of people riding with Earl. You know what I mean? And
are they watching tape?
They not worried.
Are they watching tape? That's the question. Are they watching tape? Because the tape is like, you know what it is. You know, like when you watch boxing and you see a guy jumping off your screen, like it seems like every time somebody puts their hands on Errol, on Bud, he takes it personal, and he wants to punish you for it. I don't know. Tell me what you think, man.
Yeah, he definitely does. When he get cracked or he think he down or something, he turn it up. He turn on a switch, and it's over. You know. Now if he does that against Earl, that's gonna be good for him. But he better not start slow. And same thing, like you said, with Earl's footwork, he better have that in order. He better not be lunging in. He's gonna get pieced up quick. So neither one of these guys can make mistakes. People were saying, I was hearing, I forget who was saying it. They was like, Terrence Crawford got to be perfect for 12 rounds, and Earl just needs to be perfect for one moment. I'm like, nah, he not Wilder, dog. Like y'all tripping, like because if he think he's gonna knock Bud out with 1-2 punches, he gonna mess around and be 12 rounds that went by. He didn't got smoked. So I just hope they both come on their A game, man. I really do. Hate that so much time went by, and I hate that Earl been out of the ring.
They both went out the ring,
and I hate that. But Bud had a fight recently, but I hate that Bud is what? How old is he now? 30? How old is
35?
Yeah. See, I don't know.
But salute to my man Eli. What you think about this, Eli? What you think about this Terrence Crawford?
It's X, man. It's X on
my bad.
YouTube,
X,
man.
My bad. Go ahead.
Dang. BVO, you trolling, BVO.
My bad. No,
but
my
yeah,
bad. Go
man.
ahead.
Yeah, but I agree with you, BVO. I don't think Errol Spence is the same. Shout out to Prize Fight too. I don't agree. I mean, I agree that Errol Spence not the same. I also think Bud's not the same. I don't think this is the best version of the fight, but it still could be a great fight. I know both of them going to come prepared. I think it's a 50-50 fight, but I'm going with Crawford. You know, I think he's a more skilled fighter. You know, I think he's more facets to his game. And it's going to be a great fight. You know, as far as the press conference, though, felt like it was a little flat. I think Errol was the star of that, the both of them. I think he won that. You know, if that means something, I don't really think it does. But, yeah, I think he was a star in those press conferences. It really showed the personalities. Like, Bud is not really much of a talker, you know. Yeah, he has his moments. He has his great sound bites, you know, iconic sound bites. But he's not much of a talker like that. You know, that really showed in the press conference. And that also goes to a point that I don't think the fight is really going to do very well. Like I've been telling you, I don't know if y'all heard me. I think it's going to do well, but I don't think it's going to do as good as how Tank and Ryan did. I just don't see that. Could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong for the sake of boxing, but, you know, it is what it is.
When you say it's going to not do well, I think it's going to do about 400,000. I think that's great. You don't think so?
No. I corrected myself. I think it's going to do well. I meant to say I think it's going to do well, but not as well as Tank and Ryan.
Oh, yeah. You know, to be honest with you, one thing about Tank and Ryan, that's a spectacle. That wasn't even really a fight. When you watch that, and I got to say, as I get reminded about when I do interviews or anything I do, BVO Nation keep reminding me that when I picked Ryan, I was there wrong. And when you watch the tape, Ryan had no business in the ring with Tank. And that's just a fact.
We try to tell you that.
You just don't know boxing, bro. That's why you ain't know that. You know what I'm saying?
You sound like a goofball, man. You a goofball. You a goofball, X.
Try to warn you, my guy.
I mean, you said great fight, but it's no Inoue Fulton. I would agree with that. I would agree with Inoue Fulton is going to be the bigger fight. I mean, because they're closer to their primes. Me as a boxing fan, I'm looking forward to both, but Inoue Fulton is like, that's implications for not only now, but for the future. I mean, I don't know. What you think? What you think is the bigger fight, Price?
What, out of Crawford and Spence?
And Fulton. No, out of Crawford out of Crawford between Inoue versus Fulton compared to Crawford versus Spence. I said I think Inoue and Fulton is a bigger fight because they both are actually young and in their prime.
No way.
It's not gonna sell. It's not gonna sell. I'm talking about as far as
I'm not talking about sell. I'm talking about boxing legacy.
It don't matter what it is.
It don't matter what you want to. It's nowhere near is the big as this fight is, bro. This fight is like. This is a big fight.
This fight get compared to what is it?
Yeah.
Nah, that shit it is kind of close. Like
oh god,
it's close in the sense of like when we just talking about boxing, not nothing to do with the names or whatever, this and that. But at the end of the day, they fighting in Japan, and if you go to Japan, I guarantee you that fight buzzing way over there way more than the Spence Bud buzzing over here. I'm just saying in Japan though, because you already know that motherfucker on pay-per-view in Japan, and them motherfuckers gonna buy that. You know what I'm saying? Like he sold like $500,000 in the Paul Butler shit in Japan. Like no cap, that nigga made a lot of fucking money. But
it's gonna be buzzing. It's Inoue hometown, bro. They don't know that nigga Fulton.
I mean,
they don't know who the fuck he is.
Shit, but I'm saying that. But I'm saying that. Yeah, I'm saying them niggas like really dude over there, real like how niggas say Bud the mega star on God. Like Inoue can't walk down the fucking street in Japan, nigga. They know who the fuck he is. Like that nigga really jumping over that bitch like a fucking superstar. Bud and Earl not no superstars over here, bro. But in that sense, I'm just like bigger fight, whatever. That's cool. But if we talking about in boxing, like of course, bro, welterweight, bro. That's you know what I'm saying. We talking about original weight class, bro. It's the glamour division. That division, Fulton and them fighting in, not a glamour division. But for what it's worth, as far as like two guys that's considered pound for pound, some people do got Fulton in their top 10. Some people got him right outside of that shit. Like he a great fighter. You know, he just overlooked because it's 122. You know what I'm saying? So,
it's 122.
like for real, like a lot of niggas don't even watch that division. Niggas don't know who the fuck Inoue is, Fulton, like because they don't watch that shit. But you know, as far as
it's not a deep division at all, bro.
You know, it's not. But I'll say this:
it's not no more. That bitch was deep like fucking 2-3 years ago when Navarrete was in that bitch. He was in that bitch. It was hella motherfuckers in 122. Like 122 was deep. But a lot of them bigger now, 126 and shit.
I think the thing that you're saying is very true. I think with this Errol Crawford fight, I just can say this. I mean, I think what X said was true. I mean, you know, Terrence Crawford's not a talker. He's a serious guy. You know, he's gonna want to go in there and hurt somebody. And I gotta be honest, man. It just when you watch the tape, I'm just worried about Errol, man. I could say I'm not gonna change my pick, but I almost want to because I mean he might get hurt in there, man. He really might get hurt in there because Errol got a lot of bad habits, and if you watching boxing, you know he got a lot of bad habits. And I just know what's the mouthpiece, turning his head when he get hurt. Hold on. Salute to my man Vic. We said this MF skipped over a bunch of Hall of Famers and damn near got his eye taken by Denier. Hey, I mean, at the end of the day, man, that you can say what you want, but guess what? Inoue has been more willing to fight the best more than Tank. And Tank is considered one of the biggest in boxing. I mean, we gotta give guys their credit, man. He stepped into the best 122 pounder there is. And saying I want to fight him. Really a guy who should be moving up. So you're going to fight the bigger man, and then he probably going to stop him. So it's just like.
BVO, I challenge you on some shit you said, you know.
What's that?
And Prize Fight didn't want to entertain that shit you was even talking. He didn't even, because it was so blasphemy. Like, I don't even blame him for not even. But I got to challenge you on this, bro. How you going to say that this man, Inoue, who is a great fighter, I think he's top 5 pound for pound. But how you going to say, if he was Terrence Crawford weight or whoever else you said, he would beat these people, right? And What guy did he fight outside? And hold on, I'm not saying he fight nobody. I'm saying what guy did he fight outside of Nonito Donaire was supremely talented or did anything great or who?
There hasn't
that would challenge him.
He hasn't had that fight, but you know what? That's common in boxing. A lot of guys haven't had that fight to really show what they can do.
All right, but that's not what we talking about. How is he gonna beat Terrence Crawford based off of what?
I'm saying if they were the same size. I mean, it's hard to compare, but that's why we do pound for pound. I'm just going off if he was 147.
Nonito, not Nonito, but other than Nonito, cool. Nonito walking straight in the Hall of Fame. We already know what he is. He one of them guys. But I forget dude name. I think it's like Taguchi. I want to say Taguchi or some shit like that. But yeah, I mean, I don't fucking know Japan. Them niggas' names hard as fuck to remember. I just know this shit like but on me, that dude, Inoue fought that dude like his fourth fight or some shit like that. It might have been, like his third or fourth fight, bro.
Yeah, it was his third fight. I mean, it
wasn't his third. It was like his. It was like his sixth or some shit like that.
But
that dude is a two-weight world champion. Inoue beat him, to become champion in his first weight class. That dude he fought ended up being a champion in that weight class and 112 pounds. So, and that's the dude he fought in his first, 6 fights or whatever the fuck. The dude Adrian Hernandez, shit, look.
I think he went on mute. But look, let me say this. It's important that
I don't know what happened. I think my man X went up. Can you hear me, Price?
Yeah, I can hear you. I was letting them talk. I didn't know they was.
Go ahead.
Nah, my bad. But and the dude Adrian Hernandez that beat up Gary Russell, little brother, dude about to fight for a title at 100. I think 118 pounds.
118.
Yeah, he about to fight for a little title. So I mean, shit.
You talking about that guy?
I know.
Taguchi or something.
Yeah,
like
that's
that?
who you're talking about. Yeah,
nah,
Taguchi went.
It could because I don't know if he fought for that one. The dude he fought for the real
but that
title.
Because then he fought a guy called Jernson.
Yeah, could I hear me?
Man,
you heard what I said?
No, we didn't hear what you said. Go ahead.
Damn, my shit tripping, bro.
We can hear you.
But no, finish what you're saying, Price. Go ahead, finish what you're saying.
No, I was just trying to find out who Q was talking about on looking at Inoue's box rate. He does have I mean, it looks good if you just with the eye. I don't know most of these people. I know a few of them.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, that's his name, Taguchi. Yeah, the dude Taguchi. That dude,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he went on to be a two-time champion. Shit, he might even be champion now.
Yeah, I mean, now, bro, my shit messing up.
Yeah, he just lost his last 2 fights. He got 4 losses now, but he lost to Inoue in Inoue's third fight.
Third fight, okay. Yeah, okay, yep. I was right about that third fight.
Look, I was saying this. My bad.
Go ahead.
Now, I was saying this, though, before I got cut out. I was saying that the man, he ain't never fought no high-level, like, boxer, like Stephen Fortes. Steph Fortes is one of the best boxers in boxing. He haven't even fought a black fighter, not even on the lowest level. He's fighting one of the best boxers in boxing.
Not even in sparring.
I mean, we do
hold
gotta
on,
be real.
And that's important.
I'm gonna let you go, but it ain't too many black people that's that fucking little. Nah, fuck Japan. That's little. It ain't how many black people that fight in a weight class under 118. Gary Antoine Russell went fucking that might be the only one I just know off my head, bro. That's black people don't get that fucking little. That's Japanese and Mexican people.
I'm
not surprised.
I'm not knocking him for not fighting black. I'm not saying he ducking her. I'm just saying that's what it is. You know, so this is going to present a different challenge from a guy who is highly athletic as well. You know, a guy who doesn't know how to lose, a guy who's won at the highest level, a guy who's been in tough fights as well. I'm just saying that on this level, this is the highest boxer he will fight. You know what I'm saying? And it's a luxury that he get to fight a guy like this. Because like you said, there's not many black guys in the weight class that can box like Stephen Fulton. It's not. So I just think it's going to be a different challenge. I think it's a 50-50 fight. I'm not picking in the fight. I'm not. I think it's that type of fight. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying that's something that he's never seen before. You know? And and of course, Fulton never seen nothing like Inoue.
Yeah, I think this is more of a 50-50 fight than Earl and Bud.
Yeah. That's more of a 60-40 fight. I mean, if we being real, that's really a 60-40 fight.
Crazy.
No, I mean,
it is. I ain't even got the odds in front of me, but matter of fact,
there's a reason why, and let's be honest, there's a reason why Errol is an underdog in this fight. And you know what? One thing I'll tell you this, man. I'll say this, X, that people don't realize. You really almost can't always base the competition off who you beat, because it's a fighter I used to hear about all the time, Salvador Sanchez. They said the better the fighter was, the more he would beat you up. That's what Mike Tyson said. And some guys really seen. I went and watched him. When he fought that dude Alex, I can't remember his last name. He looked like he was a Argentinian or somebody like that. But when you see like that, you see a guy just meet another level. I mean, one of my favorite fights where I seen that was when I seen Roy really, see James Toney at his peak and was able to overtake him. And James Toney is probably one of the best boxers boxing has ever seen. I mean, if he would have had some type of discipline, I honestly don't think there could have been. I mean, he could have probably been one of the best of all time if he had discipline. And think he's like a Shaq. He did that all off raw talent. That wasn't somebody who, took what they had to do, because he really ate himself out of the divisions that he could have been in there and dominated.
I do think Tony is one of the best of all time.
I'm just saying he left meat on the bone. He left meat on the bone because he didn't dedicate himself to the craft the way he should have. And that doesn't take away him beating Holyfield, even though Holyfield was 100 years old when he beat him. It's just one of them things where we gotta give people credit for wanting to be great, because for a long time, all we see people have been doing in boxing is chasing checks. And there's nothing wrong with you trying to make money, but at some point, you gotta want to be the best. I don't necessarily get too hard on guys about inactivity, because Sugar Ray Leonard was considered one of the best fighters ever, and he always was inactive. It was always something with him. Always. But he still was the first $100 million fighter. He still was a big time boxer. So Errol and Bud have been inactive. That's kind of normal. What I'm basically saying is these young fighters are really who we looking to see what they can do. And the fact that Stephen Fulton stayed at 122 when he said he was having a hard time staying down there to fight Inoue, we got to give him full credit, because even when he goes to bed, you got to say, you know what, this dude had nuts to go fight the best fighter in the world. I mean, we just got to call it what it is, man. Let's be honest, we're not seeing Errol Spence fight his best fight until he's freaking 33 years old. What is that? You see what I'm saying? We're not really calling these guys up. They're not daring to be great, man. He should have fought Crawford 5 years ago. You think there would have been a guy in around Floyd's weight?
But that was probably the political, Pacquiao. That took.
But no, I'm asking you. That's a little different. But guess what? He got the fight done. But we all have speculation that maybe Pacquiao was juicing. So that's a different thing. We never thought Bud or Errol was juicing. So you talking about life-threatening injuries that can happen from somebody juicing. So I can see why he kind of stayed back a little bit from fighting Pacquiao when he did. But I'll say this. We got to give these two guys major credit, because they not fighting old. And let's be honest, man, it's still going to be a 36-year-old and a 33-year-old fighting come July 29th. It's not a 24 or 25-year-old guys fighting. So that's the thing, man. I don't know how y'all feel about it, but we got to give guys praise for when they're actually daring to be great and putting the work in and not just trying to collect a check. I really think that's important. When my man say, I think when you grade Inoue properly until he fights, you can't grade Inoue properly until he fights Fulton. I ain't studying little dude. Facts. And he said, I think Inoue will be juice to the gills in Japan.
Man, that's cap. And I was talking about somebody talking with somebody yesterday who just say like worse shit than you be saying, BVO. Y'all gotta meet for real. His name Tony's Reviews, bro.
You a goofball, man.
That nigga Tony, damn.
But listen, he was saying how he doesn't like you. All right, we all know what we're looking at. We look at a guy, right, and we say, oh yeah, he's talented. He's one of the most talented in boxing. He was saying, oh, he doesn't really care about that if you're not proving your talent against the top guys, right? And when it come to Inoue, people saying, oh, he got to prove his talent against Steve Brown. That's cap, bro. He beat a guy who's going straight to the Hall of Fame, a former pound fighter, and what's his name again? There, Nonito Donaire, bro. Nonito Donaire knocked off a young champion in Ubali, and people wasn't saying nothing about, oh, he was old and all this. Soon as Inoue beat him in dominating fashion in 2 rounds in the second fight, people like, oh my gosh, he was old and all of this other shit. Get a man's credit, bro.
He said,
like, you don't gotta prove that.
Go ahead.
Because if he wasn't that, he would have lost to Nonito Donaire. We all know how great Nonito Donaire is, way past his prime. Even past his prime, he been great way longer than we expected. So I don't want to hear that shit, bro.
Even right now, I still got him as being the best motherfucker at 118. I don't think Inoue gone. I don't think nobody at 118 could beat that nigga Nonito Donaire right now.
Oh no, nobody.
Yeah, I agree with
still
that.
Smashing them out. So I mean,
yeah, he like an old man Kobe or Jordan. Like you just can't do nothing with him. He said, "I'm going to be out here fighting these PED allegations for months after the Fulton fight." Man said he said people were picking Donaire to win the rematch, but now he's too old. You know what, man? Let's just be honest,
I told
man.
Nonito to his fucking face, nigga. I got to talk to that nigga. Oh God, I told him and his wife, man, Inoue, bro, he gonna beat you. That dude gonna knock you out. It was nasty.
Hey, you a wild boy, Keith. Said I told him to.
I did. I got to speak to him.
Hey, that's man shit, bro. That's man shit, bro.
Hey, I'm glad he wasn't like a Mike Tyson, man. You know that boy Mike used to fire on niggas for doing that goofy stuff.
Nonito,
that nigga, I would have said that to nobody.
Mike, if I thought shit, I'd have told Mike too. Like, but I gotta believe that shit. Like, yeah.
I'm gonna tell you guys a funny story that Brian Glaze Gibbs told me about Mike Tyson. So Mike Tyson was in the back of the store, right? And he was arguing with somebody, and something like a fan came up and was like, "Oh, Mike, you overrated. This time the third. This is in the '80s, so he still seeing Ali, Larry Holmes flashbacks." So he told Mike he ain't nothing, blah blah blah, and he told me Mike slapped the dog out of this dude and left him sleep inside the back of the store. and when it hopped in his Rolls Royce like it was nothing. So it's just funny. It's like even something small like
sleep.
I mean, because you know, I think he's from Brownsville. You know, that's real close to East New York. That's where Glaze was from. But Glaze was saying how that boy Mike was like the chosen one. He would just walk around. If you said something out of line, Mike was slapping the devil out you. Like it was no talking about it. It was no maybe. He just gonna straight slap you in the mouth. But that's why I'm saying that's funny because you couldn't do that.
I know
kind
one
of
nigga
stuff.
did that too.
Cool.
I know one nigga he would have did that too. All right,
he wouldn't have did that shit to Glaze, nigga. Glaze a pop Mike ass. Nigga. Oh God, that nigga! I was surprised as hell when I seen BVO talking to that nigga. Bro, that shit was crazy. I'm like, this nigga is a fucking nigga street legend, nigga. Oh God, nigga, that shit was crazy.
I'm gonna tell you something funny that blew
Shout
my
out
mind.
to BVO. Shout out BVO for that dope ass interview.
I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you guys something.
Couple fire.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you guys something.
You had a couple little fire interviews.
Yeah.
Micah John. I was live in there and I was live in the Glaze John. Yeah.
Salute to y'all brothers, man. But it was just funny because he was telling me about how Big Daddy Bo and how Mike would walk around Brooklyn and these dudes was like rich from boxing, and they would be in their neighborhoods like getting their hair cut, stuff like that, and was known to be slapping people. And it's just kind of funny because you think like, wow, that boy Riddick Bowe was slapping people. Like he was. It's just.
I can believe that shit.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, we hear that now. That can never happen now. But back then, you know, that was just like commonplace. But
niggas get old, man. I think them guys get old. Like ain't no old dude about to be slapping on no young nigga. They go, why? gonna light their ass up.
But you slapping him not because he did something disrespectful. You slapping him because you said Ali was better. Like to slap him and leave him sleep in the store. That's crazy.
I mean, he was talking crazy. He probably was like, "Nigga, you overrated, nigga." This nigga gassed up right now. I'm about to, you know what I'm saying? Shit,
Mike went right upside his head.
On me, he had to clean his clock real quick and got out of there.
That nigga got that check
up,
too.
nigga.
I know he did.
He probably don't even remember, nigga.
Boy.
He probably don't remember who.
I guarantee you Mike don't remember that, man. But it's just funny because it's funny to think like how your favorite boxers like was like just regular people, man, doing regular stuff and living more different.
And now while boxers like AB getting beat up by civilians and shit. Nigga said, hey, Shakur said Tank got beat up at the club too. I'm like, damn, bro. That's crazy.
I mean, it's just funny, man, because I don't know if you guys think this, but so in a way, man, it seemed like everything else, like boxing, man, even boxing kind of getting worse. Like I know y'all all heard about it's official that Jamal Charlo's fighting Canelo. And it's like
sound like some shit Canelo would do.
And it's funny because this is the thing. I'm gonna ask y'all, like I was asking Price. Will people give him full credit for knocking Charlo out, even though he been out the ring for years?
Shit. Nobody cares. I'm not watching that shit, man. I'm really not.
Hey, my nigga said he's not paying for that shit. They skipped over Benavidez like a motherfucker. Like, nah, what about Charlo?
That's that bullshit, bro.
Like, why don't he get his weight up? Why don't he get his weight up? I mean, fight Morrell. Why are you waiting on Canelo? Fight Morrell.
He is fighting Morrell.
But that's what I'm saying. Fight Morrell, beat Morrell, then maybe beat Boo Boo, then maybe get a Canelo fight. Like you can't,
bro. What? Like what the? I digress, bro.
I'm gonna say this.
Ah, man, it's bad.
let me say this real quick before you go. I'm gonna say this. When David had a belt and Caleb had a belt, they didn't fight. If they would have fought and consolidated those two belts, David could have said, hey, Canelo, you got to step to me. But no, he lost the belt. And remember, David's the same guy who had a chance to fight 175-pound champion and Beterbiev and turned it down. So I don't want to hear you guys. I don't want to hear these guys keep waiting on Canelo, man. Like, get off Canelo and have your own career, man. That's kind of how I see it.
Bro, Canelo's the undisputed champion of the division. Are you blind to some shit, bro? Why would they not chase him? Are you like, what do you not get him, bro? Why would you not chase the champion in the division who got all the belts?
You got people chasing him for 5 years, man.
He holding up the division.
David made about
that's the second best guy in the division.
David made about
fighting him.
Who says he's the second best guy? What is he? Who says that?
So who's the second best, BVO? Since you want to do all these loopholes,
I think it's Morrell. That's just me.
Who was Morrell fought, bro?
See that's what you do. You play that game. Who was he fought?
But who was he fought?
That's why them niggas about to fight.
One of the best guys in the division.
But that's why they about to fight. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
That's why no boxing, bro.
But them niggas about to fight. Shit. You know, what's his name? His promoter came out and said David Morrell
and Benavidez.
Yeah, they fighting. So I'm like, shit, I want to see that shit. You know what I mean? He gotta holler at me. I think we're gonna negotiate how much he got on Benavidez's head. I got Morrell beating that boy. And I don't give a fuck what nobody talking about, bro. I got Morrell beating that dude. You know what I'm saying?
I would agree. I mean, the thing is, because he beat Hapu from the Simpsons last time, everybody want to say, I don't know, who did he fight? And see, what you doing is the same thing everybody do. It's always, who did he fight? It don't matter who I fought. I'm telling you I'm the best. Give me my chance. So you talking about you beat Caleb Plant, who came off beating.
Bro, you're a contradiction. And I cook you all the time. You easy to cook.
You don't never do nothing. I love when you get emotional like this. It makes for great talk.
Yeah. I'm emotional about this for sure.
I love it because I'm gonna tell you this. He knocked out I just forgot the guy's name. The little who was that guy that Caleb knocked out? I just lost his name.
Darrell.
Yeah, I almost said his name. Yeah, I almost said his brother's name, Andre. But when he knocked out Darrell, let's remember, Darrell was giving David hell until he got cut. So that's what I'm saying. People keep acting like the Mexican monster, blah, blah, blah. He beat Caleb Plant, who already got knocked out, beat to death by Canelo. So he beat up an old man. He beat up an old man, an old man. And it's the same guy that David really struggled with until he got cut. So we got to call him what we see.
Saying all of this.
Vic in the
comments
said
I'm
that,
calling, hold on, and I'm calling it how I see
beat the,
I'm calling it how I see it.
Cornbread stuffing out of Morrell. I had to get that in there.
That boy Vic is a comedian, bro. Go ahead.
So we call it how we see it. You're not calling how you see it. You're being biased, bro, because you're saying what did David do? Like he absolutely wasn't already a champion and did not beat Caleb Plant, who's a former champion. What former champion? Who did Morrell beat? He's been fighting guys who are not even ranked in the top 10. And you're saying what exactly, bro? You're saying that you think Morrell is the second best in the division. How?
It's basically what I'm telling you off what I'm seeing. You can tell when some
it's
just like this.
Cooked.
What make
you're not
I'm gonna tell you how you cook. So this is the same person they keep saying who the Terrence fight, right? But at the end of the day, we all nervous that Terrence might not Errol out. So it don't matter who you fight. It's about the skills and it's about the talent that we see in the ring.
Bro,
David Morrell has an excellent jab. He looks like what I thought Jamar Charlo was going to be. Let's just be honest here. He got great movement, pretty good defense, very disciplined fighter. And we know how Ronnie Shields is. Ronnie Shields going to ride you like a rodeo show. Pause. And that's what he's done. He's really built a really effective fighter who I really believe it's going to be very difficult to beat David Morrell. It's really going to be hard, man, because he got a lot of fire, and we all know these Dominicans that's coming in boxing that's coming with this extra sauce, and they knocking everything out. And I'm telling you, it's a good point because if you see, I seen David get beat up for 6 rounds. What were you watching? He was getting beat up for 6 rounds. If Caleb Plant had a freaking gas tank, he would have beat David. It wasn't even a fight.
You're talking about a lot of instances. He beat him.
You talking about the whole 6 rounds.
I'm not saying Morrell's not good.
I'm not
saying Morrell's not good. I'm not saying he can't beat him. What I'm saying is he is not the second best guy in the division. You're disrespecting David Benavidez. That's what you're doing. So
David Benavidez has beat a guy with no belt. Go ahead.
I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna let you go. Errol Spence, he is not. I don't think he's a better fighter than Terrence Crawford, but he is the best welterweight in the division. Why? Because he did most of the work there. That's a fact. Nobody can take that from him unless Terrence Crawford go beat him.
There's no, and I'll be honest, and I've been watching Errol. Like I said,
easy to beat, bro. I cooked you.
But listen, you gotta stop smoking, man. I'm gonna tell you this.
You were so easy.
I'm gonna tell you. Sorry, this is what I'm gonna tell you, man. You gotta hop out the booth, man, because really you just talking crazy. You talking crazy now. You talking crazy now. But this is the thing, man. This is the thing. I understand you want to come and put your boxing gloves on, but this is the big boys league right here. I'm gonna tell you this, bro. I'm gonna tell you this,
nigga man. Is wild.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you this right now, bro. If you see David Morrell, you can't tell me what you've been seeing is not the skill set that will absolutely smash a Canelo. I know for a fact if he get hit as much as he got hit by Caleb Plant, Canelo might stop him. Let's not play games like Canelo don't be stopping stuff, bro. Canelo gets in there and stops cats. That's what he does. He get in there and stop champions. So you talking about a dude who's not disciplined defensively, who can barely move, is the second best super middleweight. Get out of here. He beat Caleb Plant, who's already damaged goods. Salute to my man Q. He's already
hold on. Time out. Let me ask Q and Prize Fighter. Let me ask Q and Prize Fighter. Q and Prize Fighter. Whichever one y'all want to go first. Who was the second best guy in the division, in your opinion?
And 68.
After Canelo Alvarez. At 168.
I'm gonna definitely go. Even have 10 fights yet. I'm not saying the kid he not good. But I don't want to go too far ahead of myself with this kid. You know, I like the kid. I hope the kid wins. You know, who said that? Q said that he can beat Morrell. I mean that he can beat Benavidez. I wouldn't argue none of that. You know what I mean? But he can be third or fourth, bro. I'm not gonna put him over Benavidez just yet, bro.
Now, Q,
the kid ain't had that many fights yet, man.
Shit, number 2 in the division. Shit, I mean, it's really been a Benavidez, but at the end of the day, man, we gonna get to find out who number one
Right,
because them
right,
niggas fighting. So
right.
yeah,
But hold on, look. The
David
ultimate point though,
Benavidez
let
is
me
number
finish
one
this nigga
because
got to say.
he
I'm trying to get back at this nigga BVO right quick. BVO. All right, that's cool. That shit's funny too. You want to play that too?
I
Okay,
get you,
okay.
man. Hold on, I
Look.
get you. I
So
respect.
look. Yeah. Respect. I cooked you. Acknowledge that because these two guys disagreed that this guy is second best in the division. You are easy to get cooked, bro. Like I literally see you cook nobody. Like just stop challenging people, bro. Come on,
Listen,
man.
man.
Stop this shit, man.
Listen, man.
Shit
I'm
too
like
easy.
my man.
I'm
I'm
on the
like my
streak
man.
right now too.
I'm like my man, Agent Zero, man. They should call me Hibachi, man, because I stay cooking niggas, man. But I'm gonna tell you this. At the end of the day, what we seeing with Devin Morrell, and I get it. I'm saying it myself. He beat Hapu from The Simpsons. So of course you're gonna say that. Has he beat a guy in the top 10? No. But when he get in there and he beat the life out of David Benavidez, I want to see what you say then, kid. And I want to see what you say because you're the same guy that said Josh Taylor's going to destroy T.O. and T.O. beat him easy. So what are you talking about? What are you talking about? That's trash. Everything you said is trash.
Yeah, I did.
T.O. went in there and beat him easy. So at the end of the day,
I mean, you don't pick them all right. You don't pick them all right.
I don't.
And who exactly did you pick at the? Did you pick T.O. to win that fight?
Of course I did.
Yeah, he picked T.O. But he picked Ryan. But he picked Ryan too. So I mean, so I mean, goddamn, nigga, we know how
respect to my man Q. Respect to my man Q. Coming there to save my man. Came save my man.
He got lucky. Is what you saying, so Q. Right?
I saved everybody. You know what I mean? We both got one right and we both got one wrong. Shit, I've had Josh Taylor too beat the sleeves off that nigga, but it didn't go like that.
Hell yeah.
He got the sleeves beat off his ass.
I mean, this what T.O. really. He's winning that step on his shoes, man, and let him know what it is.
And also, I gotta call BVO on some more cap. I gotta call this man out on some more cap. This man said that T.O. is not retiring. Oh, I think he just talking and he ain't gonna drop the belts. And what he do? Like I told you not to speak for this man, bro. This man is just he got no defenses, bro.
He dropped the belt already.
Like anytime time for him to defend that belt, somehow.
Wait, hold on. Let's back up for a minute.
That nigga retired, bro.
You mean to tell me
Teofimo
Lopez vacated that WBO title?
Yes.
After his best performance.
Where was that at?
I see that on Fight Hype.
That shit everywhere, bro.
I haven't seen it.
You know, but salute to my man.
And you know what's crazy? Before they even got to update the all the boxing champions, like you know when you look up before they even got to update it, because they still had Josh Taylor. This man gonna vacate, bro.
Yeah, I mean, but I know why he did that shit. And he a buster, but at the end of the day, he'll be back. That nigga gonna be back, bro. He had to retire to get through this divorce and be on a retirement income. Or his ex-wife gonna crush his ass, take all his shit.
So, gonna be like Tyrese crying.
So on me, Tyrese, my shit right now.
He said Tyrese.
So that shit gonna be like T.O. just gonna have to he on a retired income, get that divorce, child support. Then he gonna pop back up like you know what I'm saying, on the motherfucking head. Like that motherfucker, that nigga. T.O. gonna pop back up on the nigga head and gonna be standing on, bro. Ain't nobody really the best or the man because I'm the man. Nobody beat me. He gonna be able to stand on that. He retired. Even if fucking Devin go and he fight for some fight Regis or whatever the fuck. I don't know, Barboza, whatever, some dumb shit. Bro, T.O. gonna be like, whatever. He ain't lineal. I'm the man that beat the man. You know, and he gonna stand on that shit. So at the end of the day, like,
and by right, he has a right to say that. Just because you like, I don't like how when Floyd took his little semi-retirement, they could not wait to take him off pound for pound number one. So T.O. has every right to act like that.
I mean, you know what it is. I'm gonna be honest with you. T.O. is a real clown. T.O. is one of them corny dudes who he's so corny and lame they almost make you forget how good he is in the ring. And I'm telling you, because he's such a cornball in life, saying like outlandish things, making crazy accusations, people forget that this guy went in there and beat the baddest dude twice in 2 different divisions after looking like trash versus Martin. I mean, he looked like trash in that fight. And then for his next fight to look like he did, hey, man, shoot to my man CDK Box. He said either David at this point beat Canelo. David Morrell is a beast, but I'm not ready. I need him to have a big fight. The eye test say David Morrell. And let's be honest, these are the eyes God made. So you telling me guys' eyes are wrong? If you look at David Morrell, man, he looked like he the best, bro.
Bro, I'm not going off what I'm looking at, bro. What did he accomplish, bro? This is what we do. It's about what you accomplish. We not like, come on, bro. Who did you beat? You know that shit matters, bro. Why we talk about the greats, who they beat and what they accomplished? Like, stop acting like who you fought don't matter, bro. In some cases, yeah, it's guys that are outliers and they are so great that they didn't fight the greatest guys. They go out there and beat a top guy. That happens in boxing, but that's a rarity, bro. Like, come on, bro. Stop acting like you don't know how boxing works.
I seen a guy beat Muhammad Ali with like 6 fights. I mean, you just
and what did I just say? What did I just say? No, I'm not just talking. Cause I just proved my point, and I think your IQ a little low. I said there are guys, which is a rarity, that they didn't really accomplish much, or they ain't beat nobody, and they can beat a top guy. That happens, but it's a rarity. Did you not just hear me say that?
It's
easy to cook. I'm telling you what.
I say this because I know how you do, man. I know what you want to do.
I'm too smart, bro. I'm not dumb.
No,
you gotta come more than that.
Listen. I will tell you not. I'm not saying you dumb. You can't be dumb. You went to school, but I'm gonna tell you this, bro. This is what I'm gonna tell you, man. I'm sure you can read and write. I'm not saying you can't read and write.
This nigga is funny, bro.
I'm cool, man. I know you had I know you had an IPK or whatever they call it, but I still respect you. But salute. My man said the eye test says David is good, but I need a signature fight. He's about to get one. So I put like this. Now everybody give me a lot of heck about these because I like to come forward fighters. T.O., I like T.O. He's a little bit slicker than I like as a fighter, but he just come in there and beat you up. But guess what? But listen, he said just like they told me Chris Colbert was a factor while he beats bums. And that's the thing, man. You don't know until they get in there and fight. And I seen Caleb Plant. I seen Caleb Plant really bring it to David Benavidez for 6 rounds. And like usual, him and Tony Harrison, because they have no gas tank, they end up almost getting beat to death at the end. So what if somebody with a gas tank, like we know Morrell has a gas tank, what is he going to do to David? He's going to probably hurt him. And let's not act like David can't be hit.
Crazy, bro. I'm about to cook you again, BVO. How great did Zab Judah look in 4 rounds before he got out against Floyd? Like, that shit you saying is trash, bro. Oh, he got out. That's why he lost. Like, that shit don't, bro. It is what it is, bro. Caleb Plant, he gasses out. That's what he do. I said he was going to gas out and lose. And it happened. At the highest level, his gas tank is trash. And he got beat.
What about Morrell? What about Morrell? We haven't seen Morrell in there.
He got hold up. He was saying that we know that Caleb Plant got the skill set, but guess what? And he don't play it all the way out through. Why? Because of the gas tank, man.
I get what you're saying, but this is what I say. This is what I say. This is what I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna put you in this proverbial coffin, man. I'm gonna go ahead and try to fear you right now. I'm gonna just say this, bro. When we get in there and see the fight, when we see the fight, you don't want to put no money on it. We can talk about this after. We can put some money on what Morrell do to David, because I'm telling you, Morrell's special, bro. And I'm blowing smoke in anybody's face that say different. That dude can fight.
I'm not saying he's not. I didn't say he can't fight. I didn't say he can't beat David Benavidez. I didn't say he's not special. I didn't say none of that. What I'm saying is he's not the second best guy in the division.
And for you saying you're not the second best guy in the division, I get it. Give me your chain. Your chain gets snatched. For you saying that. But I tell you this, man. It's your time to get the belt all right. I gotta get the belt off, man. I've been chilling, man. I've been chilling.
Hold on. One thing. Admit you got cooked, bro, because Q know it. You know what I'm saying?
You're a cab driver. You're a cab driver. You're a cab driver. You're a cab driver. You're a cab driver.
Everybody in the comments right now, let me know. Did I cook BVO on this David Benavidez and Morrell shit, bro? Because he talking about Morrell's the second best guy in the division. He ain't do nothing yet. Come on, bro.
I don't agree with that.
I mean, second best.
I don't know. That's going a little far,
bro. I mean, bro.
It's no you can't find your way around that, bro.
I'm not. I mean, I give him that, but he ain't like that far ahead to be like he can just overlook a David Morrell, bro. Shit, he might hard. I mean, like straight, like just going into the camps for David Morrell, bro. You're gonna have to train harder, if not harder. Pause. You know what I'm saying? Training for Morrell, bro, harder than you did for Caleb Plant. That shit just for real, bro. So, man, it's gonna be a good ass fight. Shit, I think it's gonna be okay. Let his ass be lazy then. He come in that motherfucker.
No. I'm not saying he don't need to train hard, but how do we know that this guy's gonna be a tougher fight? Like, we don't know. He didn't fight on the highest level. We see when Caleb Plant got on the highest level, his gas tank started looking questionable. All these questions that wasn't a question before he fought anybody. Now it's a question because he fought people, and we looking at him like, damn, what the hell? Like,
I mean, what's David Benavidez's big fight to just, you know what I mean?
Caleb
okay, Plant, right? So Caleb Plant just say shit. That's all right.
No. I'm asking you, what was his first fight to just do that? And you're telling me David Benavidez's fight was his last fight. So they actually close as hell together. You know what I'm saying? Minus the fact that he was really a champion. You know what I mean? Losing it twice on the scale. But they just one fight away from, you know what I mean? That difference, that shit is actually close. So, bro, I think that fight is.
No, it's not.
I don't think
he'd even fight.
I agree with you, X. I don't think that it's close at all. Is he over Caleb Plant yet? Is he over Caleb Plant X? If you want to say Canelo 1, Benavidez is 2, who's 3?
I mean, shit, I wouldn't.
Yeah, man, I gotta give it to Caleb Plant.
Oh shit! Sorry, fellas.
That's what I'm saying.
Hey, hold on. I gotta give a shout out to my man with the beard, man. That boy Vic, man.
Man, what's up, good
What's
people? What's happening? Hey, yeah, I've been waiting to get up here. You
see, I see the beard and got biblical now, man. You looking like you just about to bless somebody, man.
man, they been roasting my ass. They say I look like Cuddy off The Wire. They been roasting my ass to death since I ain't got a haircut.
Hey, Vic, you a big fan of boxing, man. Let me ask you this, man. Who is the better? Who would you say is the most talented fighter behind Canelo? Would you say is the guy who's on cocaine?
That's not the question we asked.
Hold on.
Yeah. No, that's him.
Let me ask you the question.
Hold on.
You cheating, bro?
Hold on.
Let him know.
Let me ask you. Hold on. Chill. So we talking about a guy.
Yeah, that ain't right, bro. You see what he doing?
Okay, listen. This what we doing. So we talking about. You see how you trying to jump on the black man? This what we talking about. So we're talking about David Benavidez versus David Morrell. So at the end of the day, from what you've seen, who would you put number 2 behind Canelo? Would you put David Benavidez, or would you, who missed weight, has discipline problems, or you gonna put Morrell, who has had no issues?
Yo, nah, BVO, you let me know for that, bro. He was asking who's the best. No, hold up.
Hey, I got you though. In the famous words of Mike Tyson, the Mexican monster. That's who
the Mexican monster. Talking about, boy.
Hey, Vic, man, he got that booth. Vic, you gotta get out that booth.
Man, Morrell gotta wait. Morrell need about 5 more fights, man. He need about 5 more fights, or he gonna get trashed by some guys.
Yo,
he wide open.
Everybody wide open, man. Just cooked you, bro. Everybody agree with me, bro. Like, come on, you gotta stop this shit, bro.
Benavidez earned it with his hands. You know what I mean? So
yeah. So you telling me because people haven't gave Morrell his chance yet. So I'll play this. If he knocks out David Benavidez the way he did Hapu from The Simpsons, then what?
But you're doing a lot of ifs, though.
You're doing a lot of ifs. That's just an if, though. That's just an if. If he do that, he got it.
Who would y'all say better right now as far as you know what I mean? What y'all David Morrell or Keyshawn Davis?
David Morrell, I ain't gonna lie. Well, nah, Keyshawn
Morrell a
Davis.
little more
Keyshawn
advanced.
Davis. Keyshawn
I
Davis.
think
Keyshawn Davis.
I think Davis gonna be better in the long run though, for sure.
All right, I'll give you that. But right
Yeah.
now, I'm going with Keyshawn, even though
I'm
he be
going
getting
Morrell
on my
right now.
nerves.
You going with
Man, I
Keyshawn?
like Keyshawn. I like
Yeah,
Keyshawn.
yeah, I'm going with
I like
Keyshawn.
Keyshawn. I need
Olympian,
somebody to
you know,
talk that shit. Somebody gotta talk that shit.
Keyshawn, bro, like that nigga, bro, like what can I say about him? Like he just very like he fight like he already been there like for years. Like he like a vet, like he do a lot of veteran things. Like it's a lot of things in his game, bro. Like Morrell's getting spectacular knockouts against, you know, them guys, you know what I'm saying? Like he's supposed to do. You feel me? But like it's just a difference.
Yeah.
But I think Morrell's extraordinary talent, you know what I'm saying? But I gotta go with Keyshawn.
yeah.
I think Keyshawn gonna jump up and he gonna be like a Tommy Hearns when he mature. Cause I think he gonna have crazy power. I think he gonna have crazy power once he get
If you all
acclimated.
that, why don't he fight
But
Freddie
he said
Martin
who?
now?
Keyshawn Davis.
I
Keyshawn
think
Davis.
Keyshawn.
I
I
think he
think
Gonna
gonna
have
Keyshawn
what
Davis
power?
gonna be.
Nah.
I think he's gonna be real
I
good.
think he's gonna have crazy power. I think his power gonna step up. Once he
Nah.
step up, he's gonna be
He
hard.
looking
He's
more.
gonna be hard to handle in late rounds. If he trained the way I think he trained, he's gonna be hard to handle, man. He long, he hit hard,
Pause.
he
He
punching
does seem like
combination.
a. He does seem like a
Yo,
gym
this
rat.
nigga.
I don't be pausing shit, man. I'm on the other side
hey, man, you know you gotta watch you, Vic. You rough, man.
Yeah, man. I'm on this side. Look, I ain't gonna get you. I ain't gonna get you canceled, but you know.
Hey, you can't for that. We snatching your chain just for saying that.
Just a nigga,
Hey,
man.
Hey, but you
hey,
know what? All jokes aside, man, I think David Morrell and David Benavidez will be a terrific fight. I'm really proud of David for not waiting on Canelo, because you know what? I'll be honest. You got to be honest here, man. That dude Canelo's fighting a guy who been out the ring for 3 years, truth be told. And that dude, you know, we all heard about him chasing his old lady in the booth, you know, doing all this Captain Saving stuff, man. We heard about what's going on with Jamal Charlo. And really, it's not much you can say. At the end of the day, if Canelo stops Benavidez, I just want to know, will he get his credit? Will Morrell get his credit when he stopped David Benavidez? And anybody on this panel,
oh
we
yeah.
can talk. We can talk with who can beat Morrell after he beat the Mexican Monster, man. Nobody at 168, bro. There's nobody that can beat him. Boo Boo did not look that great when he moved up.
Let
He
me
didn't
ask
look
you.
that great.
He got to
Let me
do
ask you.
something, man. That man run on the bum fest right now, man. I can't judge him off the bum fest.
Let me ask you this, BVO. Will you give credit to David Benavidez, who's at this point a more experienced fighter than this man, when he beat this man who ain't do nothing yet? Or it's gonna be, oh, he wasn't ready, he should have. It's gonna be that. Watch, I tell you.
No, he get full credit.
No, he don't. No, he
He
won't.
get
No,
full
he won't.
credit.
No, he
Hey,
won't. Why would he get full credit? Why would David hold on. Why would David Benavidez get full credit? What did this man do?
he beat one of the guys
Everybody
with the
saying, oh, he
eye
should fight
test.
this man. He should fight him because of the eye test, what we're seeing. Yeah. But that shit don't mean nothing because he ain't do nothing.
Hey, the eye test can.
So when he beat him, what would that be proving? When he beat David Morrell,
Nothing.
what?
It'll
If
prove
he
that
whoop
he's really.
Morrell, he not gonna get no credit.
I mean, that
He's not
shit.
gonna get.
Easy work, bro. This shit
That
is
shit. Nah, that shit he got to do though. Like,
It's,
It's a
I say
consolation
that.
prize because Canelo running.
Nah, I say that. I say that
facts.
because I say that because like, what the fuck else he gonna do? Fight a motherfucker
Yeah,
that we don't give a fuck about? Like, at least motherfuckers think that David Morrell got a chance. He got he got the same built tank running around with them motherfuckers love. You know what I'm saying? But at the end
fuck
of the
that, bro.
day, it's like if he not fighting Canelo, that's who the fuck I want him to fight. Shit, nigga, like what we talking about?
Yeah,
At
this the
the end of the
thing. This
day,
the
like,
thing. If he
and
win,
he gonna
if he
get credit for
win,
that shit. I'm gonna give it
it's
Lane
just a
that
stay
credit.
busy fight. If he lose, it's major. If he win, it's just a stay busy fight.
see,
Another
Vic,
young one
man.
gone.
Vic.
Nah.
See, Vic, you can't do
There's a
that
young
because
one
people.
gone.
Bro,
I'm gonna tell
y'all,
you. Hey,
bro,
hold on. Think about it.
y'all
People give Lennox Lewis credit for beating the devil out of Tua. Why did that matter? Because Tua was a young, hungry contender who wanted to show what he could do.
Well, literally nobody talks about that.
Yeah,
nobody
but Tua had like 20-something fights.
You don't talk about that. You don't talk about that. But people talk about how that boy Lennox beat your boy Tua to death, beat Shannon the Cannon Briggs to death. It's about going in there and proving that you are who you say you are. That's the thing. Yeah. David still got to get some bones in his closet.
But that's exactly what I'm saying, though. That's exactly what I'm saying. Nobody cares about Lennox Lewis beating the shit out of Tua. That's one of the few fights we remember. Nobody's gonna give a shit if he beat Morrell right now. Nobody's gonna care. Except we'll care.
So y'all want to marinate that shit?
Y'all want another fight to sit on the shit?
I'm just saying if you care, I don't mind the fight, but if you care about Morrell, you should give him 2 more fights. But it's too late.
I mean, if that nigga want to fight that nigga, run the fade, bro.
Run it.
Shit. You know what I mean? Just run that shit.
It's nothing to gain for Benavidez at this point. I don't think.
Yeah, it is.
What?
What is he gaining beating him, bro?
Like, you clear some shit out that you're not gonna have to do. Like if he beat David Morrell ass right now, who else is in the way of after Canelo after Canelo come through and want to fight? What else is it? Or if motherfucking Charlo somehow beat Canelo, then what?
Oh man,
nigga, them niggas gonna have to run that goddamn fade, man. Shit. So, I see it is, David Benavidez just clearing the motherfucking. He can clear the motherfucking lane for him to do what he do in his career. That's a score lane gotta collect. Because if the nigga end up being cold as hell later down the line. Shit,
I don't mind the fight. It's just there's no glory in it. There's no glory for Benavidez in it.
Oh my god,
it's not.
Bro, I like the fight, bro. Like Kyron Davis, bro. Like Kyron Davis, like David Lemieux. Come on,
David Lemieux. Those, I guess those are better. Hey, but salute to my man.
But y'all not getting it, bro. Y'all not getting it. He just beat Caleb Plant. Like I said, the guy who was the second best guy.
He's good.
Beat him. Right?
For him, Q.
Why are we talking about, bro? He's moving backwards at this point fighting this dude. He fought Caleb Plant. Now he's fighting this nigga. Like, what the fuck are y'all talking about, bro?
I agree with him.
Y'all niggas, man, get that shit
bro.
out.
Hey, hold on.
Canelo ain't gonna fight that dude. You just seen a nigga say he might fight Charlo.
I know,
What the fuck David gonna do?
You get what I'm saying wrong. I'm not
what
saying,
is David gonna do though?
Hold on. I'm not saying him fighting. I'm not saying he should just wait because we know Canelo fighting somebody else. Because we know Canelo. I'm saying though, y'all acting like him beating this dude is validation or something. Like, bro, this guy didn't do nothing, bro.
Get out the booth, man.
You know what I'm saying? He didn't do nothing. All that shit cool, but BVO don't know boxing, bro. He got a whole channel talking about nothing.
Hold on, man. Hey, don't be on. Hold on. Let's not be disrespectful. Let's not be disrespectful, man. Let's not be disrespectful. I don't get on your channel.
You gonna cry now?
No. That's what I'm gonna tell you. That's what I'm gonna tell you. Hold on, let me finish, Red. Let me finish, Red. Let me finish, Red. Listen, let me finish, Red.
Yeah.
I'm gonna snatch your chain. But now we got a guy in here who's unbiased. My Brooklyn brother. Hey, Jock, come in here and tell this dude who David Morrell is, man. My man Jock gonna clear this up right here. Jock, who's the better fighter, man? Bro. David Morrell or David Benavidez? And my man Jock, he's unbiased. So who you got, Jock?
I'm not biased. I ain't unbiased.
Does, bro.
Huh? He said David Benavidez.
You said David Benavidez. He said David Benavidez, bro.
Well, he might have just got out of sparring, man. I don't know. But I didn't hear what he said.
This nigga, bro.
You might just get out of sparring, man.
David Benavidez, come on.
It's kind of easy. Yeah, it's kind of easy.
Bro, you the only nigga. You the only one to think that, BVO. I mean,
exactly. Like
even though I do think Morrell beat David Benavidez, like as far as like how I would rank him, I don't got David Morrell above. You know what I mean? David Benavidez. Even though he gonna beat the sleeves off that nigga.
It is what it is.
Oh, he gonna serve him up something nasty. I'm gonna tell you that for sure.
I'm gonna tell you, and I'm gonna say this because
I'm taking bet.
I'm gonna say this
Oh,
because
fuck with me, shit. I be on
hey,
BVO shit all the time.
Hey, you might got some background noise.
Somebody got to mute their mic out and fix
that's
that.
E. That's E got this shit. It's Mike in the headlock.
I'm gonna say that boy Joe Budden Q is back. Hey, well, I'm gonna say this, man. I'm gonna say this. People keep talking about this fight. I get what you're saying about he might not, in some people's opinion, be the second best. I just don't know how you can say that because we gotta say we go off eye test. I mean, how many fights did Lomachenko have before he was fighting for world titles?
And that motherfucker ain't never been shit.
Like 300.
That's the point. He ain't never been shit.
Like three fucking fights. Oh shit.
That's the point.
Yeah.
They hyped him up. They hyped him up.
That man was 25 years old, beating up teenagers, bro.
Hey, thank you. They hyped him up, and then he got beat up by a 37-year-old journeyman.
Yeah, but that's how they do their shit over there in Ukraine, where
this is how they do it in Eastern Europe.
Yeah, and how they do that shit in Cuba. Like them motherfuckers be grown ass men. Like
that's how they do it, and we gotta stop their ass from getting sympathy for it. That ain't our damn fault.
Them niggas don't get sympathy because they get paid for that shit like it's a real job. The reason why we don't do that shit, because hold up, that's what I'm saying. Like their fucking Olympic teams get paid like they it's a fucking job. Like they really getting that shit, apartments and all that shit for being on the Olympic team. We don't do that shit in the US. That's why we'll say fuck that shit at 18, 19 and say I'm going pro. That's just how we do it. They don't do that shit in the Ukraine and Russia and Cuba. Like them motherfuckers get like it's cool for them to do that shit, but we ain't on that shit. That's why America got the best boxers, best trainers, best. You know what I mean? We just best out here. But at the end of the day, they can do that shit how they want to.
It's kind of like Lomachenko though. When he got to the pros, okay, then he get beat by Salido, and then it's it was only his second fight. No, you don't get that excuse no more. That shit out the window.
But he beat Gary Russell, man.
Yeah, why he got a shot back to back after you lose to see it's shit like this. They just gonna keep giving him a chance till he get it. Like, nah, it's too much babying when they come over here. No, earn it like everybody else. It is not our fault that you fought 500 amateur fights. And then you getting praised for beating up 17-year-old kids. Like, it's just common sense.
That's a fact.
Hey, I'm gonna share a secret with you, man, that you probably don't understand, Vic. But we're black, man. They always do that. It's not. This is hard. They went.
Exactly.
They went. This is the thing. This is the funny thing. Because they couldn't find fighters here, they went to Eastern Europe to get somebody to fight. And let's be honest. They used to talk about Triple G like he was B-Hop, bro. And Triple G totally avoided Andre Ward. Totally ran from him. Leave him alone. And I hate talking like that. But I'm gonna ask my man John. Hey John, let me ask you this, man. And you in the fight game. Does it matter how much experience you got, or does it matter about the talent that you bring into the ring?
Tell him, John, because he don't understand the shit.
I mean, but first, same experience holds a lot of weight, but two, you go in the ring, but depending on talent, you depend on skill, practicing. You know what I'm saying?
But you say that, but I'm sure a cat like you then beat the dog out of a cat who had more experience than you. Sometimes it's about how much dog do you have in you. That's what we're talking about here.
But that could play a bigger part, you know what I'm saying? But if you have like the will to win, but at the same time, if you have the skills and the will to win, come on, but who really messing with you? Nobody.
Yep.
So you telling me, and you pretty you unbiased, John. You telling me what you see? You telling me Morel doesn't. You a goofball. Anyway, so you telling me that what you see with Morel talent wise, it's not showing you that he has all the tools to be the best at 168?
Man, every have the tools in their first 10, 15 fights, bro.
Thank you, my nigga. You told me I'm a bias. I said the same shit to you, bro.
I was just about to say, bro. When you fighting against people with no talent, it's gonna look different. It's gonna look different,
bro. Real shit, bro.
Hey, I accept that. I accept that. But y'all say
It's
that.
just like, I got an example though. It's just like everybody told me that Chris Colbert was this guy. Oh my goodness, he's fast, he's
Trash.
flashy. Some garbage. All I told the people that was praising him, I said, let's just wait till he in that fire. And when he got in the fire, he didn't make it. Benavidez is fire. Benavidez is hot fire. You know what I mean? So we'll see.
He's fired, but let me ask you this: why did it take for his opponent to get cut for him to start winning the fight? Why is that?
Who are you talking about?
When he fought the Real. Go ahead. You remember
he put some heavy hands on the Real though.
But it took the Real getting cut. Once he got cut, then he took over. But before that, the Real was giving him everything he can handle.
I mean, but the Real is a world-class fighter. You know what I mean? But that's the kind of fire you go into and you see what you can do. He came out.
Real even fighting the likes of that yet. He ain't even fighting the likes of that yet.
I mean,
if he beat the Real now, that'll make a difference.
But one thing we know about PBC, bro, them niggas marinate the fuck out they fighters, dog. Like, so for the simple fact that they feel confident enough for him to fight a David Benavidez, I would say myself that speak volumes, because PBC, like, bro, they just don't do that shit, bro. Them niggas, bro, that nigga Al to this day still didn't want motherfucker Earl to fight Bud, my nigga. That nigga Bud had to call Earl to get that shit done. Like, so.
Q, let me ask you this: you say that the PBC fighters don't fight, that they marinate them, but we just seen Sebastian Fundora get knocked the F out by Mendoza.
I mean, and they didn't think that's gonna happen. That's why they rematching that shit. Oh God, nigga, what you talking about, nigga? Rematching that shit, dog.
I swear to God, I told people, I said Fundora is a knockout waiting to happen. I don't really get it with him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Y'all hate it, man.
Hold on. Everybody got to talk at one. Everybody talk one at a time, please. Go ahead.
My bad.
Just real quick. The referee kept Lubin from sitting his ass down. The referee saved his ass in that fight. Like, so, I mean, it is what it is. I never seen it. He didn't fall. He a freak show. He a freak show. That's it.
I just was waiting for somebody to melt him. I just knew it would happen.
Yeah.
Hey, Brian, give me you on your own channel. I gotta snatch your chain off your neck. Man,
bro, I was saying that shit a long time ago.
Yeah,
even though, man, I did feel
style.
like he was gonna beat Lubin. I did think he was gonna beat Lubin, but other
he
than
beat
that,
Lubin
bro,
to death.
Like, I mean,
man,
bro, Lubin still
hip.
dropped that nigga, bro. Lubin
had that boy out of there if it wasn't for the referee. He was out of there.
What? You chatting, bro?
He was out of there.
He tripping, dude. Lubin got his ass whooped, bro. Yeah, he got his ass destroyed, bro. His career was.
We gotta watch that fight together. Let's watch that fight together one day.
Yeah, we'll watch that.
Man, he smashed that nigga out, dog.
He destroyed that man, bro. Everybody keep talking about that one moment. Man.
And I'll tell you this:
one moment count.
Now, Lubin hurt him like that time he hurt him, but it was 2 other times he hurt that nigga with that lead right hook, bro. On me, he was a sucker for that bitch. He was countering him. Lubin hit him with that bitch. It buckled him like twice before he actually got dropped.
Man, Q hate, man.
And Mendoza came in there and did the same exact thing. That's the crazy part.
Man, y'all niggas hate, man.
But going back to what you said, going back to what you said, you said they marinate their fighters. We just seen Frank Martin and Ali Rivera fight right away. So I don't really.
That was old school.
PBC don't be really doing it. I really think these fighters.
Michelle Rivera ain't shit. That nigga just look like Ali, fake ass.
But we didn't know. He had some good performances. We didn't know.
Man, no, he didn't, bro. Bro, them fights before he had that damn fight with Frank Martin, he was fucking trash, bro. Minus that last fight, the other 2 before that, that nigga was getting exposed, bro. On me.
Yeah, he ain't look that good, bro.
I ain't think he was a world beater, but But I didn't know what Frank Martin was either. He ain't like he was fighting no killer. You know what I mean? So
so let that shit happen to David Morrell
Frank
if
Martin,
that's
that
what it
Frank Martin
is.
Keyshawn,
oh, it's
man.
cool.
I want to see
It's
that,
just
bro.
how I feel.
I got to get an edge of Frank Martin right now, bro.
Over who?
John, quick. Now you unbiased. Let me ask you this real quick, John.
This nigga keep saying that shit.
Yeah, facts, bro. Like he keep getting,
Now
he keep
you
not getting the right
unbiased.
answer that he want. He
Anyway,
keep not getting the answer he want too.
yeah. This is my brother right here. Now this is my brother. This is BVO family right here. Now, John, let me ask you this, man. When you seen that fight recently with I just dropped my mind. When you seen Jamel Charlo fight Brian Castano, when you seen that fight, what did you notice the difference in talent when they was in there throwing like that, or did it take for the fight to be over to see who was the better fighter? You tell me. After seeing the first and second fight, how did you know who was the better fighter?
That's a good question. I just seen who was the better fighter, like when I rewatched the fight. But at the same time, me watching the fight, Charlo, he was the better fighter. It just, yeah, he was the better fighter. For me, that's all.
But so that being said, did we not see Brian Castano rise to the occasion a bunch of times in those fights? And I'm saying that because I think we forget that some guys can rise to the occasion and be better than they usually are. Right. And I'm trying to tell you, we're going to go ahead.
No, but he didn't get the job done though. He tried, but Charlo, he just that good. You know what I'm saying? So,
and I respect that. So what I'm saying, and I said all to say this. So the fact that David Morrell at this young age wants to see if he's better than David, that in itself should give him some props, because these guys say what they want, man. The more you look at Tank's record, man, it looks horrible, man. The more you look at Tank's resume, it looks horrible, man. It looks like trash, bro. Like, I can't say it like Bubba, man, but it's trash. I mean, it just is, man. And let's to be honest, man, these dudes ain't trying to fight. But I hear Morrell trying to fight. I hear all these other guys trying to fight. And I'm just thinking, like, why are we not praising David Benavidez for actually having his own career instead of just riding on Canelo's nuts all day? Can we give him credit for that?
What, bro? Like, yo, John, let me ask you this. Would you, after beating a guy like Caleb Plant, would you want to go and fight a guy, Canelo, who got all the belts, right? You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying he should. I'm not saying that David Benavidez shouldn't pursue other things, because we know Canelo fight somebody else. But this man is acting like, oh, he's riding Canelo, or Canelo's been the guy in the division who has most of the belts for how long, bro? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, why would you not pursue that fight?
Man, I'm trying to be undisputed. If he holding all the belts and he's standing in my way, I'm gonna want that fight too, regardless, bro.
Exactly, bro. Like, what is BVO talking about, man?
So let me ask you,
but Espinoza and them said, bro, Canelo turned that fight down, bro. On me, it was like shit. Samson them sent him that offer.
Yeah,
Canelo, you know what I'm saying? He ain't take that. He answered that Charlo offer though. You know what I'm saying?
They gave him
the 160 pound nigga. Like, but you can say Canelo ducking for sure, because this your second time fighting a guy from 160. Not only a guy from 160 like Triple G, another champion from 160. For what reason? When you could, you know what I mean, do your thing with some of them guys up there. But I mean, you know, that's the type of shit people hold him to, because people say, man, this Canelo, he can do what he want to do. He this, he that. But
he walking right to the Hall of Fame, Q.
I say Canelo can do what the fuck he want to do when he doing great shit. Like, if you going up to 175 and you want to do something, that's great shit, because at the end of the day, some of them guys like Benavidez got that same offer, my nigga. He ain't taking, you know, but
he ducked the fight.
So it's just, I already said he ducked Benavidez. But at the end of the day, like, if I'm just looking Canelo, his career, he's still like his career don't rely on Benavidez. But if niggas want to make Benavidez look like his career relies on Canelo, then that might not be the road niggas want to take. Just let him smash everybody because he the fucking Mexican monster and prove that shit. He's not the first dude that got done like this, bro. It been way better motherfuckers that got done like that. Like Marvin Hagler ain't get his first fucking title shot till he had like 40-something fucking fights. This nigga already had a title and lost that bitch because he snorted cocaine and was too fucking fat, bro. Like, and on God, and understand when he lost it the last time, Canelo was in the division and said he wanted to be undisputed, nigga. So he was one of the guys Canelo was gonna fight, but he lost his shit, nigga. Like 5 months later, bro. Like, so it is what it is. Like, I can't be like that. That's why I was like, whatever. You know what I mean? He can do whatever he did, but at the end of the day, he wouldn't have to go this hard if he had the fucking belt. Like, he lost that shit, bro. That's his own fault.
Yeah.
So
that kind of ruined things when he lost that belt because Canelo looking like he didn't want to fight him back then, but when he lost that belt, that just made it all worse.
Man, but like regardless though, but Canelo sit there and scream, "I want legacy, chasing greatness." If you want to chase greatness, then you go through David Benavidez. Nobody bring that to like division because but nobody else been that division but could really it would give him that like the legacy fight like a David Benavidez. You know what I'm saying? Like he need that fight right now because if he don't take it, then like who is Canelo now? Like he just bullshitting to me now. You know what I'm saying? He just trying to make his money. Then you feel me going about his business.
You know what I would say to that, Job? I wish that Canelo was fighting Jaime Munguia next. I think that would be a good fight. I'm gonna tell you why.
Oh God!
Listen. Jaime Munguia had a terrific performance at this 168. He had a terrific performance, and I honestly think Jaime Munguia, man, he looked really good in his last fight. I don't know. What did you think about his last fight, Joe?
You know, he got beat up in his last fight.
But that's how he fights. He doesn't have any defense.
Man, that guy there is like 58-0 with he ain't fought nobody. I don't even want to talk about how many. He just
beat Derevyanchenko, bro.
Man, and Derevyanchenko was whooping man.
I'm gonna ask you.
I don't want to talk about how many.
Hey, John. I'm gonna ask you, man. I'm gonna ask you now because you unbiased. How good is Jaime Munguia, man? I know you know him. How good is he?
Scale 1 to 10.
5.
Yeah, 4, 5.
All right.
4.5.
So that being said, you would say you telling me if Canelo was to beat Jaime Munguia, that wouldn't be.
He can brawl. Matter of fact, I get no. I give him like a 6.5. 6.5, because that nigga got a motherfucking chin he throwing. And I would say he better than Berlanga. So I think Berlanga like a 5. So I think it'll be like a 6.
So the reason I said that, y'all, is that at the end of the day, I want to see David in there with some live dogs, man. Why didn't he call out Jaime Munguia? Why don't he, once he fight Morrell, why don't he say, I'm gonna go fight Jaime Munguia? Because you gotta fight these other guys to where you gotta fight these other guys to where it makes sense for the champion to come fight you. At the end of the day, let's be honest. The WBC is going to protect Canelo at all costs. He can do what he wants with that belt, and we know that. They've done it in the past. They created out something that we never heard of called a franchise belt, and that's because he's the money man. Say what, like it or live it. Look at your freaking avatar, X. That's the Canelo. That's the average Canelo fan, and they paying good money, in their cowboy boots to see Canelo knock stuff out.
That nigga said that's the average Canelo fan.
It's just that. And let's be honest here, we all was fans of Canelo, especially black people, but we just didn't like how Canelo moved. At the end of the day, everybody can't be Oscar De La Hoya, man, and fight everybody. But I'm telling you, when he knocks out Jamal Charlo, and I'm asking you this. So what do you guys, this is a better question. What do you guys say once he beats David Benavidez? What would you say about Canelo then? That's the question. If I got everybody on the panel, what would y'all say? You can put my picture up. I ain't tripping X. What would y'all say? What happens if Canelo knocks out David Benavidez? What y'all think happens? What y'all think happens?
Yeah, I'm gonna say I told you so. Like, I mean,
they're not even gonna fight, bro. They're not even gonna fight, bro. Like, come on, bro.
Oh, yeah, he ain't gonna.
If Canelo was not but knocking with David Benavidez out, because if we're gonna judge him based on his last performance, bro,
Facts, bro. Come on,
no, bro.
Canelo didn't look that good. He didn't look that good against. He didn't look good against John Ryder though.
Nah, y'all really can't be.
This is not the same Canelo from 2018, 2019, but this is a 2023 older Canelo. He don't fight like how he used to. He don't have the same reflexes.
He knocked out Caleb Plant after that, bro. Benavidez in his last fight with Plant, he didn't knock him out. Canelo stopped that dude, bro. What are you talking about? Like, so, and then he was getting beat. Just like, I mean, these niggas was getting beat 6 rounds clear, bro. Because this nigga gassed out. And motherfucker didn't know how trash that nigga gas tank was. So Canelo stopped that nigga with that trash ass gas tank. So, I mean, yeah, bro, I don't know. I'm still slightly in Canelo, bro. That nigga Benavidez.
Last performance though, Q. You look like I ain't gonna lie. David Benavidez.
I mean, I think David Benavidez
That nigga looked like he was like not active. Like, he was mad flat-footed. And David Benavidez don't get tired. Canelo gets tired.
In front of me. Look. I feel like you put Canelo in front of me. I'm gonna take his undisputed title. Like,
nah, you tripping, my nigga. Don't do that. Don't do that, John.
Canelo will stop your ass too.
Okay. Look, you put nigga, both your hands up and you walking to me all flat-footed but not taking no angles. I'm ripping you to shreds, bro.
John gonna treat him like BVO.
He gonna do you like he gonna do Earl Spence. Earl Spence take that little cheese for that.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, man. If you got in there, John, with Canelo, you'll be looking like Steve Rose. Like, you'll look like Steve Rose in there, bro. That dude.
Yo, BVO. How would you grade Canelo last performance, bro? Do you think he looked anything like he did in the Caleb Plant fight, bro?
No, he did not. It was a weird fight because he didn't look very good in that fight, but I don't know if he was nervous or what. What
about the fight before that against Canelo? What about the fight before that against Triple G? I mean, he looked probably just as worse.
I think Canelo's starting to fade, man. I don't know. It's just the truth. He's a very old 33, man. So he's really showing a lot of wear and tear. I mean, he's looking a lot like Roy Jones did after he got beat up by the Magic Man. He just looking like not the same. So it'd be smart for him to stay away from David. I think David Benavidez, if he fight David Benavidez, I think that should be his last fight because, I mean, he really right now, he really could get hurt bad if he get in there with the wrong guy. I really believe that.
David Benavidez is the wrong guy.
No, David got so many holes in his game. I think David could easily go to sleep.
Yeah, but Canelo's so old and not looking so well. I don't think that version of Canelo would do the things I think he would do.
Look, but Canelo, he's being smart right now. He's matching all his fights up with styles he could handle. Like, look, Badu Jack, he could handle that style. You know what I'm saying? With the other fighter, but he wasn't able to fight. But I forgot his name. He can handle his style. But he won't.
Beat the sleeves off.
I think Badu Jack.
Badu Jack kind of big, bro.
You could say that, but that style is a style that Canelo could handle. You know what I'm saying?
I think Badu Jack will overwhelm him, but they were talking about that Canelo fight, but they were talking about that in a catchweight. If Canelo bring him down, what's cruiserweight? What is that?
100.
Yeah, I'm about to say it's 200. So Canelo's talking about bringing him down to 180, 185 for the cruiserweight title and make his fifth division. That shit bogus to me. I don't even.
That's bogus. That's not a fifth division. And I just seen that nigga get the sleeves beat off his ass by a nigga that's 175. I seen motherfucking Badu Jack with his shit split from goddamn forehead to his nose tip, my nigga.
So look, but it's what I'm trying to say. Look, but Canelo, but he don't he trying to save himself from the embarrassment because he's doubting himself against Same with David Benavidez, because nigga, if he wasn't, he would have took the fight already. You know what I'm saying? So he nervous, but he's scared to get embarrassed, and that's just the fair truth. You know what I'm saying? David Benavidez, he's a monster for real. But I don't think Canelo's gonna handle that regardless, bro.
Ja, you my brother, and you know what you're talking about. But I'm asking you seriously. You did not see Caleb Plant. You didn't see Caleb Plant putting hands and feet on David Benavidez early in that fight.
Okay, but Caleb and Canelo don't fight no way but similar. You know what I'm saying? It's two different fighting styles, and styles make fights.
Talk to him, Ja. You don't know boxing.
Canelo's upper body movement alone, I think would give David Benavidez a lot of problems because
how? But David Benavidez throw all his punches in bunches. And would Canelo have problems like with type of fighters like that? Because look, but David gonna throw 5, but Canelo gonna try to throw 1 or 2. Terrible. You can't fight like that with. You can't fight like that with David, bro. What?
So what happens when you start going to David's body or start beating his arms up? I'm telling
you,
he's
gonna leave himself exposed. He's gonna leave himself exposed doing that. He don't got the speed, but a match with David Benavidez in that sense, bro. He don't.
You think David Benavidez will walk down Canelo?
Yes. Yes.
Bro, Canelo get tired in like 4 rounds at this point, bro. What are you watching? Did you not see his last 2 fights?
He gets like that. I mean, you said I saw Plant wither away slowly. I honestly think I don't know if you watched how he beat Billy Joe, you seen him go in there and beat there's a bunch of these guys who are very similar to David, man. He really gave him the business, man. I don't know, man. Canelo, salute to my man Low Blow said Canelo washed. I don't know, man. How can you be washed and you got all the titles, man? I don't know about that. People keep talking trash about who Canelo beat, but man, you know, Caleb Plant, what's the guy? Caleb Smith. Only one I didn't like was what was that dude? What was that one punching bag's name? He just retired.
Which one?
You know what I'm talking about? Field, what's his name? Field, the big dude.
Rocky Fielding.
Rocky Fielding. Like I don't know. I tell you this, man. All I know is Canelo don't like getting in there, man, with them dudes with them fast hands.
And I think that Badu Jack can beat him, bro. Like, but I don't know though. That's a lot of weight for Jack to come down on. But I don't know why Canelo just don't go on.
You think he can make 168? You think Jack?
No, they talking about Badu Jack and Canelo fighting at cruiserweight for the
at 190.
Yeah, but they're talking about they're gonna meet at a catchweight.
Canelo can make 190.
Man, hell yeah, he probably could.
At 5'6".
I don't think he's that short.
He gonna look like a turkey. He get in there, dude. Like
he gonna look small. I mean, Badu Jack. That is a good style for Canelo to go against, but I just think Badu Jack been through so many wars. He's gonna his will gonna come through on that, man. Like this is if he gets this fight. But the only thing I'm worried about is the weight hydration. That's a lot of weight. With that man, would they want him 20 pounds? They want him to come down? Man.
Mm-hmm. Well, can I ask you a question? I ask you this first, John. You unbiased. So this is the thing. Is it tough for to come down 20 pounds for a fight? Huh? Like if somebody say, "Hey, John, I got a big fight for you. I need you to come down to 147." Is that a tough thing to do?
It's only tough if you make it tough. You know what I'm saying? Like if you've been doing this since like your whole life, been doing it saying for a while, then it's just like it's gonna be regular to you. Saying we ain't gonna mind doing it. I'm saying you just gonna do it right this time. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna dream yourself out and strain your body, but you're gonna do it right.
So why do people make a big deal? So, John, why do people make a big deal about catch weights then? Why is that such a big deal?
But they don't understand it. You know what I'm saying? Like, but they don't fight themselves. You feel me? So like they're gonna be like, oh no, that's not fit. Man, listen, if you're a fighter, you signed that contract, you know exactly what you're doing. You know exactly what you're doing. You know your own body, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, we know what you're doing. You good.
Monster Promotion said Canelo versus Badu Jack came up for the same reason Canelo versus Usyk last year. Anytime Benavidez's name come up, they start talking about fighting cruisers and heavy. Shit is silly. That is kind of a pattern.
Yeah, bro.
I didn't think of that. But is y'all mad about him wanting to be a 5 division champion? Seriously?
But he's not going all the way up to cruiserweight to do it. He's making at a catchweight, which is past 175. So they're gonna say it's a cruiserweight because it's not. It's beyond 175-pound limit. But man, I mean,
if that's the case, if he want to go fight the heavyweights, then drop and vacate the titles. Leave that division alone. You know what I'm saying? Because he causing too much mix up in that division. You know what I'm saying? He's king and he ain't doing king things. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, I don't work like that.
Yeah, they got to keep it like that. I agree with you, Jai. Like, Canelo need to, if he won't go up there and entertain that cruiserweight, that 5th division, let these young dogs fight for the belts. You got Benavidez, Plant probably get another belt. Morrell will have a belt. And, Charlo, if he move up, he probably can get one of them Jones. Like, just he really is holding up the vision and he holding up people funds, too. For real, to make other big fights, other undisputed, under unification. Just like he up there talking about fighting Badu Jack. Like get him out of here, man. I'm sick of him.
And you know what? Be honest, I think Badu Jack is the first guy I ever seen like that was fighting with his skull hanging out. So for him to come back and fight, I mean, and like you said, Monster Promotions, it's starting to look like a duck. But honestly, I think y'all being way too hard on Canelo. I mean,
it's a duck, man. They turned down $50 million, bro.
He turned down $55 million, but it's a tough fight, man. It's a.
What are you doing? Nah, BVO. See, BVO, you're not a boxer, so you could say stuff like that. But when you're a fighter, what you mean that's a tough? Man, listen, better get in that ring. What you mean tough?
$50 million, bro.
So this what I ask.
Has anybody ever turned down that much money ever, other than him and Joshua? Okay.
Yeah, Joshua turned down $50 million too, but Floyd turned down $25 million to fight.
Oh, come on, man.
Winky Wright, my man's Inoue with.
You're the only one that says that. I never heard that story.
Yeah, me either. I never heard anybody talk about Winky.
Hey, look it up, man. Look it up, y'all. My brother. Hey, salute to my man X Money, man. Brownsville Zone. That's my brother right there. Even though I have to cook him, man, that's my brother and I love him. But I say this. That's the thing that y'all cats ain't doing, man. Y'all not understanding that when you the top dog, you can do what you want. Let's not act like Ali wasn't fighting exhibitions as the champion. Ali did a bunch of that stuff, man. But y'all want to give Canelo a hard time.
It's a different time and different day, dog.
Oh my God, it's the same time. It's what was the king of the hill, man.
But don't play with Ali like that. Ali was stepping. He didn't care who you was, but he was a true legacy fighter. And that's why he gets what talked about to this day, and he gonna get talked about for the next 100 years.
I give you that. But
you think that, but Canelo, he gonna be talked about in the next 50 years?
Hell no.
Exactly.
4-division champion, 5-division champion, 4-division champion. Beat Austin Trout, fought Floyd, beat Sergey Kovalev easy.
You are a boxing fan. You go outside and you start walking up to random people and say, "Hey, but you know who but Canelo is? Who? Like, look, come on, bro."
He said nobody gonna be talking about no watch Canelo.
Thank you.
Nobody gonna be thinking about that nigga, man. He just pack him up and get him out of here already. I'm tired of him holding up the 68-pounders. If you go and fight, he don't want to fight BVO. He tried to lowball BVO, so he got out of that. Then now he's talking about draining Badu Jack 20, 25 pounds or whatever it is, and he's gonna call himself a 5-division world champ. Man, get this dude is a clown, man.
Hey, you know it's so funny, man. You know why I'm laughing like this, y'all? It's because, hey, y'all, this dude Pride talk just like this on the phone. Like he just be saying like outlandish like you ain't like Canelo ain't the best fighter of his generation, bro. Stop playing, man. He not better than Errol. You know him and Errol the same age. Who got a better legacy, Errol or Canelo? Okay, that's what I thought. That's what I thought.
That's just crazy.
Look, but Canelo, but he could have a better, like, no, okay, but he got like a way better legacy than like Errol Spence. Nah, but look, he been doing this for too long. You know what I'm saying? For too long, and but he's
him and
not.
Errol the same age. They're the same age.
But he been doing this longer than Errol though. He went pro at 15.
So it's his fault that Errol didn't have enough nuts to go pro at 15. Devin went pro at 17.
BVO, stop the bullshit. Stop the bullshit.
You can go down to Mexico. He's in Texas, bro. He could go down to Mexico.
BVO, you need help, brother.
Hey, on that note, man, shout out to the pedal, man. Shout out to everybody that joined me, my boy Ja Prize. I want everybody to know that, this is the permanent roster right here. Salute to my man, the God, aka Mike Laurie, my man Prize Fighter. He be talking about the craziest stuff I've ever heard in my life. But that brother knows boxing, man. And shout out to the young king, man. My man Ja, aka Mookie, you're late, as always. Hey, we here, man. We having a lot of fun, man. We might come back tomorrow and do some more for y'all, man. But if not, we're gonna be here for the Regis Pro Grade Showcase where he beat a cab driver up. I think he drove Uber or was it Amazon? Can you remember which one he drove? Prize? Which one is Regis' dude fighting?
That nigga a DoorDash driver, man.
Yeah, I think he about to fight Hasbulla. He about to fight Hasbulla next. So.
What is your fixation with that little guy, Bulla? That guy. Why?
I just think he's funny. That's all.
I can't wait till somebody just knock him down and kick him out of the way.
Nah,
I'm sick of him.
That's who I need to see fight. But I need to see him fight. You know what I'm saying? I need to see. Look, man. He need to get inside the octagon or something, man.
Shout out Hasbulla.
Shout out to him.
Hey, but let's not act like, man, we got to show love to cats that bring any light to the sport that we love, and that's boxing, man. So shout out to my man Vic, aka Moses. Shout out to my man Monster Promotions, always showing love. Low blow, I've never seen you here, man, but join the family, subscribe. We still doing big things. We almost at 1,500 subscribers, y'all. So we growing every day. We got a big interview coming. We're gonna be interviewing the great Mark Curry, aka Mr. Cooper, for all the guys that remember, or the dude that was giving Jamie Foxx heck on his show. We're gonna have some fun, y'all, and we gone. Peace.
Later.